Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Tenwin, Lord Brown Bear, good to see you both. If everything goes well, this should be the end. Glad to see you all here. Glad to see you all joining us. I just realized that I am not in the right spot. One moment. One moment. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. A little bit closer, a little bit smaller. Well, a little bit bigger, but better proportioned. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just leave the border on today. I haven't used it in a while. We still cannot get training from Marius, unfortunately. I did go into... Where are they at? Nope, not that.
You know what
I did go into my character sheet. We went ahead and refunded Scavenger and a few others. I now have simplified my spell list. We've got Minor Missiles, we've got Fan of Flames, Arcane Veil, Rank 3 Fireball, Rank 2 Returning Storm, and Rank 3 Meteor Shower. I just went ahead and got rid of Pull of Aora because I never used the damn thing, so it was kind of a moot point. Picked up 3 ranks in the Scion of Flame, so we get extra flame accumulation, 2 ranks in Harvest Essence. We kept the reduced dodge cost and the increased critical strike chance, and we kept the increased health and increased two-handed damage, as well as both our Armored Grace and our Armored Finesse.
what I miss? Flashberries.
Oh, I loved those as a child. The gifted magpie used to make a
Pull of Aora is a solid CC ability, but beyond that, not that useful. Also, I was just not remembering to use it, Tenwin. Like,
Nice snap when you bite down. Huh.
but this is it.
Spicy burn if you leave the seeds in.
Let's go, guys.
That's it. Now I'm hungry again.
Oh, hello, Wodika.
A breath held. Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still.
I'm grateful for the pause in battle. I didn't expect this much resistance.
The bars were not enough. They writhe. They seek to silence us.
Okay, never mind. It is a little bit too large. There we go. Definitely gonna have to work on what I do with that, because I want to use it because my artist made it. But yeah,
Only
its
essence
location is a little
sustains them
inconvenient.
now. Hatred seated in the heart. We wonder.
I have a question for you now, Sapadal.
We did not foresee this.
Then you're an idiot. I believe you owe me answers.
A debt of knowledge. We concede.
Maybe in a less subtitle-heavy game. The problem with that, Lord Brown Bear, is we mainly play CRPGs, which is a lot of text. A lot of text. And it's usually down there. What will you do if I free you?
The sky is green. The fish breathes air. We can no longer imagine.
If you can't imagine it, then why do you want it so... No, I already know that's not going to get me what I want. Take your time.
We would run, roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth, whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands.
I mean, that already sounds... What about the people who live on those hills?
Disturb the dirt, but spare the blooms. Shake the roots slowly.
That doesn't work. That doesn't... You don't get to use fancy poetic language to cover up the fact that you don't really think of mortals whenever you do something.
Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be.
What was that?
We spoke of flowers.
No, you definitely said something just now.
We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.
I see the disciple has found his way into the cell.
No. Clarion Steel. We know this voice. Why is she here?
How many magfolk do I have to destroy to shut you up? You must be dedicated, Queen, to follow me all the way here.
It seems I was not clear enough when I last spoke with you.
Out. Out. Her voice pierces our skin.
Look at this place. A quagmire of your parasite's worst instincts. Can you even begin to grasp the forces that you tamper with?
All I know is she needs help. Why don't you explain then instead of insulting me? Don't call Sapid all that. I don't have to understand something to believe it. No. Why don't you explain then instead of insulting me?
Apparently, I must. The situation is worse than I perceived.
Also, I will admit, seeing her symbol on fire but not burning, I like it. I do like that as a touch.
Do you think you're special? With your god's thorn in your side?
Well, I mean, you did kind of kill off all the rest of the godlike, so by definition, yes.
Do you believe you can hold dominion over chaos itself?
Oh. That's an interest. I didn't think about that. We have Abaddon versus we have Abaddon and Galloway representing representing the artificial and the natural world. We have Hyleia as a goddess of births. We have Bareth as a god of death. Although we have Rimmergand as a god of entropic decay, but we also have I mean, a lot of the gods don't have direct compositions, but that is interesting. That's true. Woedica does not have an opposite. She doesn't have a god of chaos. Is that what you were worried Sapidal would become? Oh, and that's how she would sell it to the others, isn't it? Magrin even said as much when we heard her voice lines. I will not broke another Woedica. Because a god that could challenge Woedica, that could be a polar opposite of her ideology, for lack of a better term, could be one that was just as dangerous.
When even the collective fury of the real gods could only confine the sniveling creature to this wasteland.
I knew it.
You suspected. Then you must have understood why.
It is true. She twists the knife. The seas run red with memory.
In time, the gods felt the wretched powers seeping through this land. Its madness would consume us all if it was not contained.
You didn't know Sapidal would attack you. Why not wait and see? You couldn't reach the living land, so your magfolk did dirty work. Admit it, you felt threatened by a god you couldn't control.
Chaos threatens us all. We will ensure order prevails. A pity that its followers could not be reasoned with.
Oh my god. Hey, we just want to destroy everything about your culture and everything that is about your existence. Totally, you'll be fine with that, right? You ordered the magfolk to kill all of them, too.
Of course I did. The poor godless, worshipping the very thing that subsumed them. We could not excise the rot and spare the roots that nourished it.
Massacred them. Why did it have to come to this? You could have found a way to contain Sapidal without the senseless death. Their worship challenged your authority. You were never going to let them live. Funny thing, even if we end up saying that we need to kill Sapidal, I'm still willing to call Woedica out on this, because yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
You dare claim the domain of the gods is trivial?
Breaking character, not talking for my envoy, but talking for my watcher. Yes, my watcher would say yes. You are made up of the collective souls of the Ingwithans. Equally petty mortals who follow equally petty ambitions. You defended your crown, callous but expected of a queen. Touched a sore spot, did I?
Mind your tongue. Your blasphemy strains my patience.
She scolds and scorns and wrings the earth dry. Purge her from this place.
Listen to its tantrum. It knows neither order nor sense. Adir is the only thing holding back the tide of entropy.
It's not your order, that doesn't mean it's anarchy. Sapodal's lashing out because of Adir, can't you see that? Whatever the answer is, the living lands can't go on like this.
The answer is obvious to those with the courage to accept it. You are here now. There's still time to succeed where Ludwig failed. Face your false god and end its reign of terror permanently.
I don't want to do this, but if the whole world is at stake, can't do that to Sapodal, they deserve a second chance. Get out of the garden now, I'll never work with you. How? I can't kill a god.
Your soul, it is tethered to you. Only you can siphon its essence into yourself.
I don't want to do this, but if the whole world is at stake.
The path of justice is fraught. Only the strong may follow it. I leave you with a warning. The false god's essence is strong here. It taints all it touches. My magfolk may be hostile to you. Stay vigilant and remember your oath.
I have nothing to say. That was insane.
I never thought I'd learn of the Godless's fate from their killer.
Oh, thank God, at least I wasn't talking to myself this time. By the way, the monsters I sent here may attack you. Well, to be fair, they've been stuck here for untold centuries, and they're basically magical AI, so the length of time they've been here has actively affected their ability to function, so to speak. Ah, fuck it.
Get off me!
They come. Young seek.
Who's left? I can't see jack shit. There we go. Why am I getting like, oh, because I cast it in water, isn't it?
And roll.
Come on. There we go. Took it down. Wait, another one? Who the fuck? There we go. You good? Dragon hide. Thistle bone. No detail on the rub flavor. Oh, all I say is there's still women out there choosing the bear. Life is a prayer is the task done. In just one task time, we marched upon the land and subdued all the insisted and shattered their dwellings. We made meal of their bone and packed it into concrete so that it would not re-enter the land. We extirpated their tongue and their disbeliefs forever. From their rulers we received surrender, and unto those rulers we delivered ruin, thus always to the godless. Now God function is not prayed back to us in 10 multiples of task time. If we cannot receive God function's feedback, we cannot know if we are approaching God. And if we are not approaching God, then we are withdrawing from God. It is wrong to withdraw from God. We must pray to God function to provide prayback. To provide prayback. What the fuck? 10 multiples of the task time in prayer have gone unanswered. Without God function, the higher cameral of our minds is missing. Okay, so the attempt to shatter Sapodal and put them in prison also stuck the remaining, it also stuck the remaining magfolk here. How the hell am I missing a key? What? Oh well. You will find it later. Oh. Red toadstool. That's where we came in. We can't get any further down or up. No, nothing in here. Okay, I hear treasure. Oh. Aha. I attempt to equate prayer with technical communication, but it wasn't subtle. I mean, no more subtle than some of the Mechanicus dialogue from Rogue Trader, Lord Brownbear. Also, don't forget, this is a universe that hasn't found technical level stuff before. The Magfolk are the closest thing to it. Consider gifting Dungeons of the Endless too, but Dungeons of the Endless is essentially a hardcore dungeon crawler, even on the easiest difficulty. I have personally never gotten through to the end. It's doable, but it's really not a game that will show mercy. Oh, hi.
Alert. Things moving this time.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, he's got range. Alright, heal it up. Nope. Back it up. Blasted. Nope. Nope. Stamina recharge. Ow. Fuck you. Ow, he's got a ranged attack too. Fuck. Come on, take him now. He's almost there. Nope. Get blasted. Ooh.
Take a moment, people.
Of course he has an Adrabon. Pretty much useless at this point, but I'll take it. 40k wears its lack of subtlety on its sleeve, like the fleshy roughed epidermis of an innocent. Pillar's writing has usually been a bit more nuanced. By and large, yes, but at the same time, the Magfolk being able to communicate outside of the Eyeless, which we did see at the end of the first game's DLC, we haven't really seen their communication. Also, these are Magfolk of Wodica. Them communicating in like a technical manner really seems on point for her. Adrabon, Sapphire, Primal Water. I don't know why you bother giving me sapphires and shit. It's not like I'm gonna be able to sell this crap. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. That is something up there. That is a shrine. That looks a lot like where... Yeah.
I know that place, right?
Marius, that looks like the one that was in your village. Oh. This is... Oh. Oh dear. Is that their version of how Sopadal's supposed to look? Interesting. But why is...
Oh, no. No. Why is this?
Pray back instead of feedback. It just sounded a little awkward. Yeah, it's a little awkward. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it kind of caught me off guard when I was reading it. I just don't necessarily think it's a problem, so to speak. As long as they keep the Magfolk consistent for Wodica, and they keep it fairly limited. Like, if we suddenly, like, if in the next game we run into a Magfolk companion that talks like that, I'd be very, like, that would get old very fast.
They're dead. Like...
Oh.
It just happened. Like I remember.
Okay, so now we're... Okay, so I'm going to assume you run into different memories from different...
This is the moment I found you. Bundled and crying, while our parents died.
Viate. You're not here. You can't be here.
There's also the Rauthun. They were Magfolk. Really, they are? They're considered the same? If that's the case, then it's very much a case of which god created them, because the Rathun talked very differently from both the Eyeless and the Wodica Magfolk that we're seeing here.
I am dead, Viate, from the Dream Scourge. We are in the garden. As strange as this seems, it is normal here.
This is an echo from within your soul, Marius, or perhaps memories from what's left of your friend's spirit.
I can't be certain of that. I know that I am here, and for a purpose.
I have faced this already. Why force me to do it again?
Oh. There's something unresolved here. Something else you need to understand.
Then for the god's sake, what is it? I am exhausted, Viate. I can't take much more of this.
Oh god, he just appeared there. I actually liked it. It was kind of good. Marius was talking and then like my focus was on him and then fucking Yanku just appeared. Like just phased into reality. It was usually I'd say that wouldn't work, but it was surprising enough for me that I actually think it worked really well. The Rthun were allowed to create a society. They were guardians and simply just were allowed to exist and develop. So it makes sense that they were left stiff compared to the eyeless and whatever these are called. Yeah. No, I mean, that makes sense. But it also makes sense because, quite frankly, Magrin is a god of change. Personal improvement, constant evolution of the self. It actually makes sense that her magfolk would be different because they're actually given that time and allowed to be different. Unfortunately, she, still killed like 99% of them because, they were no longer useful and Aothis was marching through them.
You know where we are. This is my memory. When everyone died, and I found you back in your tent. How much of this do you remember? I can't tell from your eyes.
We dealt with Razvan. He got what was coming to him.
So if Marius got his closure, are you looking for closure too, Yanku?
I have as much closure as I'm going to get. I am part of this land's god now. A dream of the land.
Were you always such a blessed day poet? Or is that a death thing?
Sapadal wants to understand. They know your envoy very well, but not the people next to them.
I have what I needed. We dealt with Razvan. We avenged our parents' deaths.
To be fair to Magrin, I more think that she was reacting, hey, they are here. If they kill themselves, it's their business. Her worst crime with the Rthun was more not caring for them rather than actively killing them. More or less just, I will blow this up if you're still here. It's your own fault for failing that trial. Yes, but at the same time, given how devout they were, it wouldn't surprise me if we found a Rthun post Deadfire, if there are any survivors, if they go full durance on Magrin in response.
Then maybe it was I who needed to speak with my Viate. With a clear mind this time. Even when we were children, you kept me alive, first by needing my protection, and then by being who you turned out to be. When you left Solace, it was like I lost more than my best friend. I lost my need to live.
I know. And I'm not sure I'll ever live that down. I don't think I know how.
You do that by living the best you can for the rest of your life. Yanku is not your responsibility. Finding a reason to live was his burden. No. You do that by living the best you can, for however long you can, Marius.
You've always done everything you could to survive. It's time for you to learn how to live.
So, what do we do now?
Go confront Sapadal. What is there to do? Your old friends, brothers. This relationship can survive worse than this. Forgive each other. You'll never be able to move on without it. That's between you and Yanku, Marius.
They're right, Viate. This lava flows directly between us.
We've both been through so much. But I can see that it's all behind us now. Just another thing we've survived after all this time.
A fine way to put it.
You've grown a lot, Marius. I'm proud of you.
I see it too. You've come a long way from that scared boy who refused to wear shoes for fear a bug might crawl out of it.
That was you, Nimdut. Look at my feet. Shoes. Amayu.
Get out of here. Hike up your waistline and go talk to a god. They'll be waiting.
Oh. Rest well, young fool.
Well, it was good to see you, Viate. Even with all this.
Take care of my little friend, Envoy. He needs you more than he'll say.
Yeah, I will.
Marius, dear,
That
how are you feeling?
looks like the same machine that was in Ukaizo,
Good to see an old friend.
but a miniature version of it. I'm imagining Durance fighting the Rathun and leading on a revenge crusade on the fiery horde of a goddess. Wouldn't surprise me.
Talking will help.
Wait, what? What?
Obviously,
Why was Giada talking? Where is Giada talking from? What the fuck?
But
Grief is strange. You lose someone, and you carry around a little hole inside yourself till you die. Or maybe the same is true for the dead.
What the fuck?
Obviously loved you.
There's a fucking goat.
Yeah, how did we get on this topic? I thought we were talking about pancakes.
I do not know how Giada was talking in the middle of that. Oh, the Wild Walker gloves. Critical hit chance +1. Critical hits have a 15% chance to root the enemy in place. We've read most of the description. Even before the journey to beyond, the Wild Walker possessed a powerful mastery of plant controlling magic. These gloves, crafted by their own hands, possess the power to call upon the natural world to ensnare their wearer's foes. I was talking to? Yeah. I have no idea. It's like they played a line from the campsite out of nowhere. More stuff. As I said, if my guy ever gets back to Adir, he's gonna get back a very rich man. You must weigh a lot more than you look, Yatsley. That was a pretty hefty fall. Alright. What have we got?
I'm not used to quiet.
I should probably... Let's go ahead and pop that. Wait for it to charge up. Sup, guys? Got him. Ow, ow, ow. Fucking A. There we go. Much better. Oh, the big one. Don't worry. Take care of the skeleton first.
And roll.
Ow. Okay, I'm completely stuck in the webs. Nope. Block you with the rock and you can get fucked.
Buddy, all right?
Yeah, we're doing fine, Marius. Doing just fine. Yeah, that's copper. That's the first sign of copper we've seen in a godless ruin in forever. In the entirety of this time. So either this was something that they built towards the end of their existence, or this is something the Magfolk brought with them. Oh, geez, don't actually let her hear you say that. Yeah, never. Definitely not something you want to tell most women, that's for sure. Oh. Nope, not that. Other one. Give me the other one. Magrins. There we go. Let's let that go off. Now I pop this open. Oh. Hello. Where does... Wait a second. Oh, that's... Okay, so that gives you a shortcut back to the camp. Okay. Oh, that's actually really well done. That's really well done for design. That's some Miyazaki fucking level design there. Good job, game developers. Oh, definitely some Magfolk Graveyard. Oh dear. Okay, which one of you is gonna come alive and try to fight me again? Because there's no way we're only fighting one of you. Trying to get a good look at the
massacre.
Did the Magfolk's corruption come gradually and thus they started fighting each other? Can I sneak up on you by any chance, or is your head gonna make it so that I can't? Nope, you're actually blind. Stab him in the butt. Set him on fire, set him on fire. Ow, ow. Oh dear, that one that's standing is gonna get up soon, isn't he? Nope. Nope. Aha. Ow. Fuck. Let's see how you like lightning. Ow, 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 ow. Oh shit, that hits hard. Okay, that... Ow. Okay, that's bullshit. That lightning fucking hits hard. Oh, and now there's multiple. Now there's multiple. That's not good. Nope. 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 Part of the problem is I can't seem to get him stunned very easily. Most enemies with this much health, you're able to get them into the stun zone pretty consistently. But fuck me if I can even do that. Nope. There we go. All right. What the fuck was that? Okay. Drop that on his head. Drop that. Nope. Wait for it. Nope. Okay, can we actually... Yes, give me a middle at his missile battery. Give me a binding roots. Nope. Nope. Oh, what the fuck? I was outside of that. I was outside of that game. I don't care what you say. Alright, he's frozen. Can we please get him into stun range? God damn. Oh, for fuck's sake. Get blasted. Got him. Whew. Full barrage of those ranged attacks will usually kill you. Yeah, I've noticed. God damn, they do a lot of damage. Shooting freaking laser eyes. I mean, it's coming out of the top of their head when they, like, crouch down. But, yeah. Ring of Amplification. Power attacks cause larger hit reactions. Okay, if you're going for a melee build, that sounds invaluable. Heavy iron rings like these are generally used by vanguard soldiers and shock troopers to break through enemy shield walls or heavily fortified positions. Though the benefit of these rings is clear to see when enemies are sent staggering, the increased sense of bravado they instill in their wearers often leads them to an early grave. Makes sense. Alright, we don't have a lightning spell anymore, but that's fine. We got plenty of these. That's one. Okay, yeah. So this stuff has to have been brought in by the Magfolk. That or it's like... Because look at this. It's godless design, but it actually has Audra incorporated into it. We haven't seen that anywhere else at any other point. Maybe it's possible that the godless had some technology like that, but they didn't use it very often if that's the case. And whatever evidence there was of it was probably wiped out by the Magfolk. Oh wait, that's progress. So then what's down here? Oh, this would have been Tama.
What's that doing here?
So yeah, if we had had Kai, he'd be...
I can see the keep from here.
Wait, what? Oh, you're right. There it is. Huh. Also mentioning this again because it's detail. By the way, people have apparently learned how to counter shock build up. Supposedly, if your companions have shock building, you can throw an Eye of Rimmergan on them, and it should negate the shock build up. Huh. That's weird. Oh.
This room. It looks just like Tama's.
You gonna be okay, buddy?
Tama. No. No. I dealt with this. We stood at his memorial together. What is this, Envoy? This is your God's prison, not mine.
Calm down, Kai. Sapadal's influence is warping reality here.
It feels like I'm standing on a storm-tossed deck. I can't focus on his face. His features keep blurring, changing.
You didn't happen to take Aiko's special mushrooms, did you? Oh, no. He looks normal to me.
Then what am I looking at? I know it's him, but I don't recognize him as the Tama I knew. It's like he keeps changing in front of me. Does that make sense?
For a second, I thought he was in the Family Guy death pose. Souls wander the in-between or return to the wheel. Most likely, this is not Tama's soul. It's a construct of your memory.
Then why does he look so unfamiliar? I used to remember his face so clearly from that night. His rigid jaw, the way his eyes crinkled at the corners. He was in pain, but trying to hide it.
Then what do you see when you look at this Tama?
I see everything. All his moments at once. Joy, sadness, anger, heartbreak, stomachache. Everything from the handful of years that I knew him and the decades before we'd met. He's almost a stranger.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. All this time I kept him frozen in his worst moment. When he was suffering and when I failed him. But now that I see him as more, it's like he's free of that.
He's more than your memory allowed him to be.
Yeah. I never realized what an injustice I was doing to us both. You're right. I am. It's like you said. His memory is no longer a burden. For the longest, I was afraid to let go of this moment, like I'd be letting him go if I did. Now I see I was just holding on to something that was weighing us both down.
There's a difference between letting go and running away.
Better than I could have said it. I never thought I'd meet someone I respect the way I respected Tama. But you've made some tough calls, and you've kept your head and your heart in the right place. So whatever comes next, I'm with you until the end. Now let's go find this god of yours and end the Dream Scourge. When we reach them, what do you think we'll find? A victim? A villain?
I think a bit of both. Something in between.
I suspect you're right. Let's end this. I'll follow your lead, as always.
Go ahead and grab you. Go ahead and grab you. Did I miss something down here? I mean, okay, so was this not progress then? Because that sounds like that was progress on the main quest, but the main quest is pointing me to this. Am I missing something here? I am very confused. Ooh, Orison 7. Life is a prayer. I cannot approach God among the noisy company of the Shimmed. Their false god function deludes them. All their labor now is divine onanism, and I do not think it can bear fruit. Great loops of false prayback now garrote their society, and every day those loops tighten. The exaltation of self-validation accelerates. As the Shimmed improve their talent at falsifying prayback, they render every action holy and godlike and begin to see any choice as an approach to God. They have begun to seek the Godhead for themselves, whether through synthesis of divinity or through re-emanation. Some seek to divide themselves into children, as souls are divided into children. Others seek congress with the land in the manner of the tree, whether by prosthetic imitation or ritual. This I know is blasphemy, but they no longer know the way towards God from the way that departs God. They have made themselves their own compass, and wherever they turn, the needle always points ahead. A great and rapturous chaos will overtake them once everything is holy. I have gone out into the godless lands to seek God and the resumption of my purpose. Some trace of the insisted one must remain. I will find it. If I cannot find it, I will wait until it finds me. Okay, so some of the mag folk went a bit bonkers. Not sure how to deal with their lack of communication from Wodika. Oh, I have to wonder then. Was Magrin's rebellion against Wodika happening right after Wodika dispatched all of her magfolk to go deal with this? Is that part of the reason she wasn't able to talk to them? I mean, we know that the story of the overthrow of Wodika is exaggerated. Because it was based off of an old Wodican inquisitor getting her comeuppance by a Magrin priest. But at the same time, we do know that her and Magrin, like, do not get along at all. It wouldn't surprise me if... Oh, come on, game. Don't... There you... Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, that's one. Maybe Wodika just abandoned them? She doesn't strike me as the kind to abandon tools that are still useful to her, though. Oh, hi.
Throw up 10! Arms up!
Where are they at? Where are they at? Nope. Where'd you come from? Ow! Who threw that? Who the fuck threw that? No. Okay, you're annoying. Go away. Dick. There we go.
Glad that's over.
Indeed. Gather up you. Another electric lily. Oh no, that's just something to set on fire. Pop you open. I don't know why they're giving us so much shit when I can't use 90% of it now. Why does it feel like we're... I don't know where we're supposed to be going. Like, this fucking primary quest marker's going in all sorts of directions. Okay, but where's the rest of... There's at least 2 more. Yes. Where the hell are they? There's probably... Oh, wait. So this... Oh my god. So this leads into here. Ugh. Okay. Suddenly we're getting some Miyazaki levels of interconnected level design, and it's throwing me for a loop. Take that. Just in case you haven't upgraded to legendary at this point. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I suppose that makes sense. Is there... It doesn't look like there's anything above us. First one was in there. Second one... No, there's nothing in there, is there? I don't know. I can't tell. It's too fucking dark. People claiming the beating this game takes 20 hours. Most likely would need it if you catch my drift. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Some people just can't stop and smell the fucking roses, can they? I'm not seeing... I feel like that's actual progress if we go... Yeah, that feels like that's actual progress. So then where the fuck are the other 2? Hold on. Can I see them from in here? Is it another case where they're all like... Aha! Alright, alright. That... Yes, yes it did. Okay. So then where's the third one? Can't see anything from that side. I don't think I see anything in there on that side. At least not that I can tell. Wait. Wait. Oh, not that. Can I? No. Can I? No, that wasn't it. Damn it, where's the third one? Maybe I can see it from above? More in the area heavily... Are you in the Beyond right now? More in an area heavily influenced by the Beyond. It's also hard to tell because we know the Adra of the Living Lands is cut off from the rest. So it's possible that this is adjacent to the Beyond. But it's cut off from the rest of the Beyond. Oh my god, it's in the... I fucking missed that entirely. Oh, I was close. I was close in what I was doing because I could have sworn I saw it through there. Come on, there we go. Yeah. Like, I do think this area is adjacent to the Beyond, but it's cut off from the rest of the Beyond thanks to the actions of the other gods. Or rather, it's because the Adra of the Living Lands is cut off already that this area is only adjacent to it. Oh, legendary spear. Full combo attack deals high stun. Greatly increase the distance traveled during power attack. Oh, cool. The wooden haft of this spear has decorative patterns burnt into its surface detailing the arduous journey the vanguards of the godless people underwent to first find the living lands. These explorers faced harrowing trials to find a new homeland for their people, but never did their spirit break even as their bodies failed them. This weapon was carried by the very first godless that set foot upon the living lands. That singular moment of triumph and relief lives on in it forever. That explanation is understandable as much as it is confusing. Honestly, it makes sense to me. I don't know. I don't know, Lord Bramber. To me, it makes perfect sense. If the entirety of the Beyond is... So you have Aora, you have the Adra, which acts as a bridge to the Beyond. The Adra itself also acts as a sort of pocket dimension of sorts, sort of a purgatory as it assists souls in getting there. This god is trapped within the Adra of the Living Lands, and then within this. It's more like a prison cell within a prison cell, but the first prison cell is natural, the second prison cell is artificial. They built an additional layer of security into the fact that Sapadal was already almost entirely stuck within the Adra of the Living Lands, at least at first. Alright, so we need to burn that first. Then we need Eyes of Remergand. There we go. Oh, Strangled Adra. Wait, where are we? Oh, Sarcophagus Key. Okay, okay. Still have no idea where we are at. That should open that. Thank you. Do I drop down? Do I want to stay up here?
This place would be peaceful if it wasn't so dangerous.
What is happening?
We know that Adra cut off from the Beyond can go stagnant and corrupt. Can that happen on the scale of Sapadal's prison? It's possible that that plays into the Dream Scourge, I would think. It might be that the Adra was not corrupt to begin with, but over the millennia of Sapadal being trapped here and the other souls of the Living Lands becoming trapped here over time, that is exactly what has happened.
As the affliction fester even here, it threatens our heart. We cannot fight this invasion alone.
Pull yourself together, you're a god, finally a practical problem. It only grows if you give it power, it's feeding off your fear.
See clearly. We must. We must.
Okay, so do we want to drop down or do we want to double back to where that sarcophagus was? Guess we don't have a choice right now. Does this... Wait, where does this lead back? Oh, oh dear.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad?
Okay, calm down, Giada. Let's just pull this out. I really don't like these things. They are still disturbing.
What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing.
Calm down, Giada. I'm seeing plants, lots of them, looking at us.
At least I'm not going mad. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go?
Sapadal wanted us to see this. That's the only question, is why.
They have a sick sense of humor.
Oh, they're a god. They don't really have much of a sense of humor at all.
Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward.
Godlike of Sapadal, long have we awaited you.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that it doesn't move at all, or that part of me was expecting it to move like a mannequin from a horror game.
Finally, you've come home.
Oh, I don't like that.
It's not just me, right? The plants are talking.
Oh my gods. They're alive.
You hear them too.
I can hear them, but not with my ears. It feels like someone hitting my soul with a tuning fork.
Try to talk to them, Giada.
How? Where would I even begin?
Giada Castell, welcome.
Wait, you know me? How do you know me?
No.
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother?
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Heard her?
She reached out to us, using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used it.
We heard, and Sapadal answered, saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
Okay, so Giada's parents accidentally essentially cut a hole into Sapadal's prison.
But when Sapadal speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
Your parents were obliterated by the forces they sought to control. A scream for help from a god is still a scream from a god.
I don't know what to say. What exactly happened to my parents? Tell me, please. I need to know.
Sapadal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them into a more suitable shape.
Sapadal does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped them move on, as they wanted.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That still doesn't explain what these are.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sapadal destroyed my family.
What are these things?
We are companions, toys, diversions. Sapadal fashioned us out of dreams and memories.
I can't believe it never occurred to me. They're animats. Ancient vessels held together with duty and loyalty.
And souls. That's usually a vital ingredient in animats too, Giada. Don't forget that.
Their design is unusual. Organic, much like the garden itself. Sapadal's work. All this time, your god has been making imaginary friends. Drawing pictures on the walls of their cell.
I mean, the best way to put it, Tenwin, is that most likely animats do not have full consciousness, whereas magfolk definitively do. From what we've seen of the Eyeless, Wodaka's magfolk, and the Rathun. That seems to be the main difference, is that if life is created directly by a god, it's a magfolk. But if it's just animated soul energy, that's an animat. These seem to. That's part of the issue. We don't know for sure if they can do everything. I also imagine I can't imagine Wodaka would have wanted to leave Sapadal with the power to create servants in such a way.
It's almost too sad to imagine.
I'm sorry, Giada. I had no idea about any of this.
I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sapadal responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat. But that isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being.
Yes, but they keep using that to do... Do you think they're telling the truth?
I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good animancer embraces death. And they were the best.
Animancer embraces death. I mean, if you want to go back to the origins of animancy, that's not true. But okay. Whatever helps you, Giada.
Question, spirits. What is this? Why are you trying to ruin my life again? Is this your way of haunting me?
They're way more talkative than animants is all I'm saying. It's possible that they could become magfolk, like fully sentient and aware, but maybe not while they're here.
What is it you want?
Not to be pedantic, but that was 4 questions.
Yatsley, be quiet.
We want to apologize on Sopadal's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the garden for answers, not to offer forgiveness.
You owe them nothing. Sopadal's madness cost your parents their lives. Quite frankly, Giada, I trust you to make this decision yourself. I can't make this decision for you because, quite frankly, you didn't have as much character arc growth. You've had this exact same issue since the beginning, and we didn't really do a quest to help, like, resolve it. This is what I call them basic and simple magfolk. They're essentially what a novice god would create that hasn't had the experience the others have. That's entirely possible, Tenwin.
Shit. This is going to hurt. Sopadal has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. Screaming into the void for anyone who will listen.
But at the same time, she made the exact same choices when she was free. That's part of my problem. She hasn't shown any personal growth at all.
When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted.
She has an oddly naive view of animancy. Either that or she refuses to acknowledge it to keep herself motivated. I think it's more of the latter, actually, Tenwin. It's that animancy is so central to who she is, she can't allow herself to have a nuanced view of it for fear that it will have a personal impact on her own mentality. I think if you sat her down and had a rational conversation with her, she'd be more than willing to acknowledge that. But in any moment where she's discussing her animancy and her relationship with it, she'll never bring up any of its negatives because that would impinge on her own ego. It'd be a cognitive dissonance for her. She can acknowledge it rationally, but she's also acknowledged that she herself is not a very rational person.
How can I hold that against you? Apology accepted.
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for bringing her all this way.
Surprising to me how defensive people can be of identity when they see evidence or things that threaten it. I mean, that's everybody. That is everybody to a certain extent. Giada just seems not to want to acknowledge it.
Find your patron, as you were meant to.
Sopadal clearly has a few things to get off their chest.
Even a god can learn to regret.
The problem is she learned to regret multiple times, and then she made the same mistakes over and over.
As all mortals do. Seen as all mortals are. What you see is the truth, glimpsed through their eyes, and they wish to share it.
What will happen to you?
Now that you have returned to the garden, Sopadal has everything they need. We will fade, as all things fade.
You were made to be posed like dolls and cast aside. That's cruel.
Death is indifferent, not cruel, not merciful, merely inevitable. The pulling of an ancient weed.
We will return to the soil from which we emerged. In time, you will do the same.
Rest well.
Our purpose draws to a close. A long rest is assured.
I mean, this...
May the living lands receive you with open arms. Farewell.
Goodbye.
I mean, saying that it's...
Giada will speak more when she's ready.
Oh, that means Kai still wanted... Wait, I'm confused. What? No, help Kai through the gardens. Help Giada through the... I'm confused. Okay, so she doesn't want to talk. It's one thing... Unusual book. This book is penned with dark tree sap instead of ink. Every stroke done with slow, meticulous hand. Most of the pages contain sketches of the garden, unfamiliar animals, and even music in one of the ancient notations. Only the final page contains legible writing. Forgive us. So yeah, it's straight up just... Because these two are actually in the pose. Okay. Whereas the rest are standing around much like they're trying to offer some level of comfort. it's one thing to claim like, oh, we're all born to die, death is not cruel. But we enter into this world. Yes, it's true that we don't ask to enter into this world. But at the same time, knowing that you're nothing more than a plaything of a god that is going to be cast away the second that god thinks that they have a chance to escape. That is not the... I say that's not the actions of a rational god, but we already know Sapadal is far from rational. Like, I can understand to a certain extent, but to not even have a plan for what you're going to do with sentient creations that you yourself made as soon as you get what you want is... Again, it just shows that Sapadal is not just immature, she actively does not fully understand what she's doing in the slightest. And again, it's not that she doesn't know. That could be forgiven. It's the fact that she has repeated the same mistakes over and over and refuses to learn from any of them. Alright, alright. Chanter, skeleton, fighter. Okay, so there's a chanter, there's a skeleton ranger. Go for the ranger first. Go for the chanter next. Was that a bear? That was a bear. Burn, burn, burn. I'm setting you on fire. I fucking hate that move. Take him down. There we go. Oh, for the love of... Get blasted. Alright, who's left? Skeleton monk. Skeleton ranger. Working on it. Blasted. Some extra there. Nope. Set you on fire. You piece of shit. You son of a... Okay, I suddenly have taken a shit ton of damage. Alright, swing wide. And another bear. Okay, where's that priest? Stop healing!
Roll up 10!
Oh. Nope. Stop casting spells. No spells. Stop it. Just stop it. Alright, you're stuck on a rock. I'm fine with that. I swear to God. Alright, who's left? One ranger and the dipshit who was stuck on the rock. Who's now stuck over here because Yatsley is in the middle of nowhere. Nope. Stop blocking. There we go. Alright. I will admit, my lack of might score is now finally starting to catch up with me. There's more to explore in Giada's room. Okay. Oh, you're right. I just assumed that this was... Is this... No? Does that lead out somewhere? Oh! Okay, so everything leads back to the campsite, pretty much. But there's... Like, I know there's the door down there, but where does that... I think you can head back to the sarcophagus from here. I mean, yes, because we can get back to the campsite, but... Where is... Wait. Oh, there's the button. There we go. Charm of Bones. Summon a trio of skeletons. Since it comprised of very small bones affixed to a cord of sinew, the macabre necklace stinks of the grave. Noise created by the bones clicking together sounds like a gruesome chime, causing your hair to stand on end. This particular charm was lovingly crafted by a self-serving, hedonistic, death god-like chanter, who used his powers of beckoning the dead to unusual ends. Oh god. As a master musician, he never found other living players to be at his level of skill, and so instead taught his undead minions how to play as he did. Thus did he become the ringleader of his own vile marching band. Is this a goddamn Black Parade reference in my fantasy game? And she's still standing there. Black Parade. The fucking, I can't remember who sang the song. When I was a young boy, my father took me to the city. That song. Because in the music video, it's like meant to be like a post-apocalyptic like death march. All right. Because we went through here, and then we went down here. Yeah, there's the sarcophagus. Okay, and then we can make our way back up. Spirit Mender. Oh. 2% of your attack damage is restored as essence? Though Audra is not an uncommon component used in crafting weapons and armor, it is rare for it to be the main material. In order to shape such large quantities of Audra, one must possess both the knowledge of esoteric techniques and the surpassing skill to perform them. This breastplate dates back to the days of the ancient Ingwithans when such things were much more prevalent. Though long separated from the pillar it originated from, this Audra is still suffused with more than enough essence for plenty of lifetimes, vastly increasing the wearer's own reserves. Not gonna lie, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It looks almost like a t-shirt. I get what they were going for. I get what they were trying to do. But it looks like a t-shirt. And I hate it. Like, I feel like, again, I get what they were going for. But it didn't work. It did not work. I think if you find good drugs, there will be a bunch of references to other Obsidian titles. Like you say, I saw a warrior wielding a sword made of light, or I shrunk down and fought a massive spider. Yeah. I mean, they do that in the achievement list. The achievement list has a couple of references to both past Pillars games and other Obsidian titles, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with. Okay, where was, there it is. There it is. All right. Get me up here. All right, we gotta go. I actually do want us to be done today. I don't want to be, like, at the Sappadal conversation when we hit the 3.5 hour mark and be like, well, we're gonna have to save the last 30 minutes of the game for tomorrow. Like, I do not want to do that. But I feel... Hold on. Well, Ancient Memory 1 of 1. How? We haven't found an Ancient Memory here. Oh. Oh, that's not good. It's a miniature version, though. The ones we saw in the Deerwood were massive, like... Oh, I don't like this. Why? Oh, god damn it, game. Sometimes you just want to send me yeeting off into the distance. Like, I'm sorry, unless there's some massive revelation in this final living memory, or ancient memory, I don't see how I can justify freeing Sappadal. Like, she doesn't learn from her mistakes is the problem. Her being injured and damaged and all the other things is understandable as to why she lasted out, but every memory we've seen has shown that she's been no different.
We have been here. We were here all the yesterdays before.
The magic here defies logic. Where is it from? What powers it?
A curse. Ancient whispers. Do not let it escape, they say. We feel no spark of the Tibaris Inachus in this place.
So this memory is yours then?
We cannot see it through their eyes. We slumber here, alone.
Solitude should give one time to reflect upon oneself.
Still wings, the clear glass of the pond. They took it all away.
You cannot keep denying the role you played in it, Sapadal.
Akita ripped from their beds, rivers of blood. What was their crime? Now our memory is a wound reopened. They came suddenly, the stillness of night split by grinding steel.
Couldn't you sense them before they arrived? Nothing appears out of thin air. Had they been lurking in the woods, biding their time? Did they emerge from the sea?
We had no time to speculate. First, they blinded us. Shining eyes pierced the concealing dark. Then they burned. Smoke ensnared the moonlight. The Akita screamed.
Well, we know that's true. I think the memory's slightly incorrect / warped by Sapadal's emotion because those are way too big. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Like, I could actually imagine that maybe there might have been 1 or 2 giant magfolk that Wodaka would have sent as, like, backup for the hordes of smaller ones, but not a legion of them. There's no way in hell. Was there really no way to stop them? They were outmatched. They had... Oh, no, that's probably true. Well, just saying that's Aoth this big. No, I get you. I'm not saying even that those ones would have been that size, but yeah, Sapadal's memories are very much being influenced by her mental state. Why target the people first when you were the greater threat?
A means to an end. We saw a terrible design in the roaring flames. They had carved a path to the temple. We were their true prey.
How was that supposed to harm you?
Burn the brush. The ashes feed the undergrowth. We persisted. We were everywhere. How could they cull the wind? How could they track the stars? Then they turned to what the Akita had made. They toppled the statues. They set the libraries ablaze.
All that wisdom gone, burning books, raising art, that is always how it begins.
A mouth silenced, a record of time rendered in ruins. The Akita howled. They died. We cried out, sundered, soul by soul. We broke the earth, called down the storm, flung lightning from our hands. But they marched on. We grew tired. In fury, we exposed ourselves.
You hurt the very godless you were trying to protect, didn't you?
Our flailing smothered the cries. Were they theirs? Ours? The needle struck. They raised machines. We tried to tear down the garden's walls. Then, nothing.
Time stopped, didn't it? It happened when I died too.
Not death. Worse. A void.
If her people are gone, they can't free Sapadal. Yep, that was definitely part of it.
We reached out, but the machines held us in. We could not feel the new day's sun. Play in the shifting tide. The cities crumbled. We could not save them. We could not save ourselves.
That is not how Wodaka... Yes, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. I need her to be introspective. She has to realize that... Oh my god. Everything that Wodaka did is most likely wrong. And at the same time, everything else we saw in the 4 ancient memories before this can also be Sapadal's fault. The two ideas exist simultaneously. I can't imagine the pain of losing them all.
Their cries, swords in our heart, a severed limb. We watched helplessly for aeons until you.
But that's not entirely true. You talked to Nandru. What would you do if I'd never come here, if I'd been born someone else? I've never let destiny define me. I'm not going to start now. Damn, Yigwolf, if I hadn't died, you wouldn't have dragged me into this. 80 hours in, and we're just like, fuck it, Yigwolf, this is all his fault. What would you do if I'd never come here? If I'd been born someone else? The fourth one is arguably not true. Arguably, but at the same time, she's made her offer to me 5 times for her power. And of those 5 times, I have rejected it 4 of the times. The only time I had to take it was when Yigwolf shot me and I died. So theoretically, he is at least partially to blame.
A chill wind. Our branches shudder. We do not think of this.
Your goal was to find the Dream Scourge, so you would have been gotten to this point no matter what. Yeah. Is saying no even an option then? I mean, the option seems to be kill her or set her free. I'm hoping there's some nuance there based on the fact that we keep telling her to fucking notice that she has caused many of her own problems.
The wound numbs now. We watch as the river of time expands.
I'm going to be very disappointed with Obsidian's writing staff if it comes down to a binary fucking choice at the very end.
In the silence of our prison, we find clarity. How many voices lost? How many saplings have we cut down? We sink into the endless night. Perhaps we should be here.
Gods may have been justified once, but this hasn't gone on too long. That's not true. You're here because the other gods are afraid of you. Remorse is a sign that your time here has been good for you. This is good. Yes, you caused some of these issues. Again, Wodaka is to blame for killing the Akita. Wodaka is to blame for pushing you into this prison and causing you harm. But she is not responsible for the catastrophes, the disasters, and the near constant struggle that you personally put the Akita through for centuries. Sometimes over the most simple of things. Chopping down one tree and causing an apocalypse.
Fish swims in circles. We are not sure we understand.
Have you thought about the mistakes you made? Would you make them again?
We cannot choose where seeds fall, yet we can feed, prune, protect. Soil stirs. We have a new memory of this place. You opened the final lock, entered the hidden glade.
40 minutes of time have passed if you consider what you did wrong. I mean, it's more than that. It's actually, in some ways, it's kind of similar to the problem with AI. If you've read some sci-fi, there's always a concept where it's like, if an AI is shut off or like cut off from censored, from like the ability to interact with the world, the AI would have no concept of time, which means turning it off for 5 seconds may as well be 5 infinite lifetimes to the AI, because it has no concept of time when it has no ability to interact with the physical world, given that its brain is entirely positronic or artificial in that sense. It could be the same with Sapadal. Yes, we as mortals can measure how many years she's been in this prison, but as a god unbound by time, who knows how long it's felt to her?
You stand at a cliff now. We watch your footsteps carefully.
Depends on what the core/brain of AI is, but yes, yeah, it doesn't show up in all science fiction, but it's something. But it is an idea that I like the concept of. Something that makes AI definitively not mortal or not human, depending on the setting.
We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
See, that's the important part, Sapadal. If you actually do grow, then there's a chance I'm willing to let you out. But if you've shown no growth, if you continue to prove that you are nothing more than a, quite frankly, a deranged chaos creation, then no, I don't think you deserve to go out. Set him on fire, set him on fire. Nope, nope, nope. Shield up. Did my spell just go past him? Are you fucking kidding me? Nope. Ow, dick. Nope, nope.
Take worth and rock. And rock.
Stand there. God, they take a lot of hits. Oh, great. Thanks, guys. Love the fact that you can't hold their fucking aggro. Thanks. I'll be over there to help you in a second, Yatsley. I fucking... There we go. I'm coming, Yatsley. I'm coming. Where the fuck did you guys go? There we go. Marius, where the fuck are you? What do you mean, no target? For fuck's sake. Nope. Nope. Just gonna stand on the edge of your zone and just hit you with that. Ow. That's it. Oh no. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Fuck. Nope. Ocean up. I fucking hate you. There we go. Okay. Oh. That would have been bad if he'd hit me. I don't even think Marius is attacking. I don't know where he is. Standing all the way back there for some reason. I don't know. Huh. Okay. We need to keep moving. We need to get up there somehow. I have no idea how. Alright. Parkour time. Grab me that essence potion. Grab me this. Oh, Wild Walker ring. Where's it at? Where's it at? Slowly regenerate up to 50% of your maximum health. Isn't that the ability I just got from... Your health constantly regenerates when below 50%. Oh. Hey, it's a bot. Hello, bot. One moment while we just thank you for your interaction and goodbye. Okay, we need to keep moving. Again, I want to actually be done today. I don't want to have a case where I have only like 30 minutes of game time left by the time we get to the end of this. Right. I want to actually finish, give my thoughts, and quite frankly, finish. Oh, why am I... Oh, hello. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's keep moving. I mean, we're getting closer. We push through here. I'm guessing it'll lead us up this way and then over towards the final push. You continue at this speed, you might just squeak it through. You must determine once and for all if Sapadal's a bitch-ass motherfucker. Yeah, that does appear to be our... Ooh, superb sword. Thank you. Oh, come on. I was at least hoping they'd fight the fucking mag folk a little bit. Y'all are already at like half health. You pieces of shit. You're fucking worthless. damn it.
Then rock.
Light him on fire. Why?
Beyond seek.
Him. Nope.
Defend.
Blast him with that.
Roar 10.
There we go. Nope.
Then rock.
God damn it, I missed. That. Nope. Oh, come on. I was out of that. I was out of that. I don't care what you say. Hit him with it, Yatsley. Come on. There we go. Need those essence potions. Okay, so there's that way. There's also this way.
This place feels familiar. Hurry, let's go inside.
What is this?
This is the library from my dreams. This looks like the Akita building this place. Clearly, they wanted their story preserved, no matter the cost.
Okay. Interesting. Tablet looks relatively new and half finished. There are some diagrams that imply the unintelligible text is about a ritual of some kind, but without being able to read Akitan, that's all that can be gleaned. Okay.
I wonder who she was. She looks sad and familiar.
Okay. What are we... Everybody else has had some kind of conversation when they've gotten to their memory. So why isn't Yatsley? Am I supposed to find something here? What is the... Speak to Yatsley. Game? Game? Oh no. Game? The game isn't doing it. What isn't doing what? What is it supposed to be doing? Do I need to reload? Is this a bug? If I try to leave, does she follow? No, she's just straight up not. Nope, there she. Okay, maybe it'll reset if I bring her back down here. Come on, Yatsley. Okay, she walks to the exact. There we go. Okay.
Godwin's gonads. Look! It's even the same hearth from my dream. And that's the chair. It's the picture of coziness.
I mean, it's carved from stone, so I doubt that, but... I don't know if I'd call this place cozy, Yatsley.
It's plush and warm, Envoy.
Oh.
What more do you want?
Hello.
Finally, you've arrived.
Oh. So it's a past self. She's awakening. She was a partial awakening. I was right.
There it smells. That took 10 years off my life. Wait. You must be the librarian from my dreams. Oh, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
That hair really doesn't work on an elf. Yeah, I mean, maybe if it was long, I could kind of see it, but the fact that it's done up in the same way just looks really stupid.
Oh, though, you do look quite familiar.
It's like looking into a blood-stained mirror.
It has been quite some time. Too many years to number. Of course. You are an ancestor? A very fashionable one at that.
Well, soul ancestor, you can't be descended from an elf. You're an Orlin.
No, child. We are the keeper of these tablets. Or have you already forgotten?
Yatsley's story is kind of bad. As I said, she has no character growth. She just kind of is. And again, what she is not the worst, but it does mean that she's definitively the weakest of the companions, in my opinion.
Oh, of course. I was you in a past life. Oh, I'm such a fool.
There we go, Yatsley. Get on the right page.
You lived with animancers, and yet the idea of awakening to your past lives never entered your mind.
Okay, I will admit, Yatsley sassing herself is kind of funny.
Can we get out of here? One Yatsley is more than enough.
I was The last of the Akita. Once the attack started, a few of us were charged with preserving as much of our history as we could.
Awakening not being highlighted is weird. Like, that's the one thing that should be explained. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, there's nothing. Alright.
So, we retreated with as much as we could carry. The attacks? You must mean...
The Magfolk, yes.
The Magfolk attacks. Yes, we've... heard... Is that the reason for the bodies outside? Yes. Your monstrous gods, who bought their divinity with blood and the souls of their faithful. They tried to butcher every last one of us.
Clearly not a Wodekin, then. It seems like they succeeded.
They did in the end. But they didn't get exactly what they wished for. I made sure of that.
Yeah, I feel like if they just had her hair down, it would kind of work okay. But having it up like that just looks foolish.
They didn't. Between the screams of my kin being slaughtered and the screeching of the Magfolk, I couldn't breathe. That's the screeching I heard in my dream, Envoy. I knew I recognized it when we killed that Magfolk. Once it was gone, there was nothing left. And perversely, I found the quiet worse. So I decided on another way. One that wouldn't give your gods the satisfaction. Poison. Well, at least you washed it down with some good wine.
Razorgill Dust, tell me, did the cardiac failure begin before or after the seizures? Okay, we can be really fucking insensitive. I'm sure she would have preferred living.
You're not helping, Envoy. Yardley, you know what you must do now. I abandoned my duty to protect our history, but you... Someone must tell the story of the Akita, and there is no one else. I'm already an expert. What more do you want me to do? Oh, think about it, Yardley. You have been training to be the new protector of this collection since childhood. I couldn't ask for a better successor. But that was your duty. I have my own dreams. Yardley, if you do not become the new librarian, there will be no other. The stories of the Akita will turn to dust, and my people, our people, will be forgotten.
You know, a new fan of this series coming to this point will get the whole wrong idea of Awakenings being this friendly is absurdly rare. Yeah. Especially given the traumatic nature of her death. Although, to be fair, Yardley has confirmed that the dream has never been good for her. She's just learned to deal with it over how long it's been happening. It also seems very likely that it's only a partial awakening, given the fact that not only was the memory not triggered fully until we arrived here, but how her soul managed to re-enter the wheel when all of the others were probably trapped within the Living Land's Adra as part of Sapadal remains to be seen. That, or it's a case of the writers forgetting that that was what they explained at the earlier portion of the game, and we're gonna have some issues.
Just as the burned queen wanted all along, when she sent her magfolk to choke the life from us. This is all too much. What do you think, Envoy?
There isn't anyone else who can do this. Fior still needs you. Are you willing to give up your apprenticeship? Yardley, you're an anarchist at heart. Would you really accept me telling you what you should do? It's your life, your decision.
You're no help at all.
Yeah, well, that's the price you pay for being an anarchist, so deal with it, Yardley.
Please, I ask for your opinion because I want it. Tell me, what do you think?
This statement from the librarian is weak as hell. It's objectively false because as far as she knows, when Yahtzee dies, someone else will be born with said soul and they will be right. But there's no guarantee that they'll be an expert on the godless culture or their understanding. I think it's more of a case of the library. It's not just that Yahtzee's the only one who could be the librarian. It's that she's the only one who could connect the dots to allow the information that the librarian saved to be accessed by future generations. This particular combination of talents won't come again. Not necessarily that the soul won't be reborn again. Make rebirths plausible within the next 50, 60 years. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yardley, seriously, I'm not going to influence this decision. You are a fully grown woman. It is your choice.
Glad to know I can always count on you, Envoy. A chosen of Sapadal, yet you do not stand with your people. How disappointing.
Considering the fact that you're the first non-hostile Akita we've run into, considering what happened back at the temple in Naku Tadek and the other Naku Kabel, yeah, no, I'm kind of tired of it.
Our time is at an end, Yatsley. It's time for me to go.
Wait! I've not even asked you any questions. Tell me about your marriage rites. Oh, did you mean for all your buildings to look so phallic?
Unfortunately, my time is at an end. You must keep Yatsley alive. She is the last hope of the Akita.
So this is goodbye. I wish we could have... No. I wish that all of you had a better ending.
Choose well, Yatsley. And good luck.
She's gone. Forgive me, Envoy, but we should get going. We can talk back in camp. Later.
Also, this isn't how awakenings work. They aren't spirits that are drawn to the beyond. Yatsley could literally go to a watcher and just ask to talk to her ancestor at her own risk. Yes. Again, it might be that this is not a standard awakening simply because it was a way to get around Wodaka's magfolk destroying everything and trying to prevent any knowledge of the Akita from getting out. So that was the only way to do it, and doing a watcher reading of her ancestry might not be able to do it. It's also quite possible that we know that soul memories tend to fragment more and more as you get further along, which means that because Yatsley's soul ancestor was so far back, she wouldn't actually be able to access the memories even with the assistance of a watcher. Again, there is enough vagary that I'm willing to let it pass, but it does raise some questions as far as, like, if this is your first encounter with awakenings, yeah, it's a bit weird. Oh boy, traps.
You can go first.
Life is a prayer. My faith has been rewarded. God Function has sent unto me a kith, a dwarf named Theodore, who awakened me with Magran's prayers. Theodore worships me, and in his prayer I see the reflection of prayer back. Once again, I have purpose. Theodore tells me he has come from a settlement named Solace, and that in this settlement there once knelt a dwarf named Nandru who received divine knowledge from no divinity. For the first time in many multiples of tasks, I think that I can truly pray. I can fulfill God Function. I must go unto Solace and discover all traces of the insisted, and utterly extirpate whatever remains of them. Praise God Function.
I'll stay here and watch your back.
Oh, well, there's a lightning thing over here, so hold on. Okay, that turned off a few of them. That turned off a couple more of them. And that turned off all of them. At least for now. Go quick. Last thing I need is them turning on again. Fuck that shit. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Alright, I guess we're parkouring. There we go. Upsy daisies. All the way to the top. And there's our second campsite. Which tells me... Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. I'm imagining we're gonna get our final conversations with everyone. Final campsite, yep.
There's always a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. I'm feeling that now. Seems like a good time to gather our thoughts and share a drink before whatever's coming.
Right. This seems like a perfect place to stop and relax.
Though it's hard enough to tell what's real here without a belly full of drink.
Sounds like you're nervous, dearie.
I'm feeling all kinds of ways. Anxious, excited, scared, hungry.
I feel it as well. It is only mortal to feel overwhelmed in the presence of the immortal.
You gonna be alright, Kai?
Oh, you don't have to worry about me.
Wait, not a spoiler, but your talk with Sapadal is not the ending. Not really, there's a tiny segment after. Okay.
Getting to see that vision of Tama did me good. Like, I finally let go of something I'd been holding too long. Now that we're here, I'm eager to see this through. Nothing worse than holding your breath and waiting.
I'm glad to have you here, Kai.
Same. I'd rather have good company in a prison than paradise alone.
Yatsley, you doing alright?
Well, I won't lie to you, Envoy. A lot's happened. It's not every day that you learn that you're the last hope to carry on a legacy, but... well, here we are. Never literally talked to myself before either. I think I annoyed her. Me? Oh, I think I need another drink. But here we are. I just need a moment to take it all in.
Take all... I can't not. Phrasing.
Glad to see I've rubbed off on you, Envoy. And I wouldn't worry. Our little group here is perfectly frightening, and I'm sure our enemies would agree. We'll be fine. I can't speak for anyone else, though.
And she just doubles down. Of course she does. Giada?
I think so. The garden is so much more than I expected. Full of contradictions. Wild, yet serene. Truthfully, I didn't come all this way searching for my own answers. But I found them. Or perhaps they found me. And now, it's like there's a new path laid out before me. A life after the Dream Scourge. We're close to something. A threshold between calm and crisis. Conflict and peace. Life and death.
If I can help it, no one's dying on my watch.
Thank goodness. I don't know what happens if you die in the garden, but I'm sure it's complicated.
Well, I imagine we'd be stuck here forever. Marius?
I had a feeling you might ask me that. I'm not sure I've really worked through what I've seen here, but I am grateful for the chance to see Yonku again. I feel like we're almost done with all of this, but we are in the weirdest place in the world, so who knows? I'm completely baffled, but when haven't I been lately? Being afraid doesn't even feel scary anymore.
You've listened to all of us. How about you? You've been through a lot since you arrived. You've been shipwrecked and assassinated, harangued by gods, bureaucrats, and a death guard. You've had your soul poked, your loyalties questioned, and your sleep regularly interrupted by a god with no respect for privacy. And yet you've kept yourself and all of us together. How are you really doing?
Better than I thought. Worse than I fear.
You're very resilient. Under different circumstances, I would credit your nature as a godlike. But we all know better. You're strong enough to survive anything. Sapadal picked a good soul when they made you.
That actually made sense to me. As if I've learned something about souls and whatnot.
I'll take that as a compliment.
How about you, Envoy? What keeps you so stoic in the face of everything?
Think back to the time I enrolled in a seminar and never attended it. This is nothing by comparison. No. Whiskey. No. Funny, but no. Honestly, I don't think I fully understand it myself. What keeps you... Alright, fine. We're at the end. Why not? Let's have a little fun with our companions. If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret.
No, you tease.
I love the idea of the Envoy genuinely not standing anyone here and he's drinking so much secretly.
When we first met, I didn't think you'd last long. But then I saw how you handled that dream thrall there. Shook off your own death like a bad cold. And then you found your own killer and turned him in. It's rare to choose justice over vengeance, especially in the living lands. But you stood by your principles. I think that's where you get your strength.
I didn't know much about you at that point. You were traveling with Kai and you died, which I thought made a lot of sense.
I remember your calm. How you listened to my shouting match with the governor and actually heard me. You saved my city and gave me a home. A sanctuary where I could be myself. I'll never forget that.
The answer is simple. I don't have nearly as much trauma as the rest of you. Ah, yes, the superpower of every RPG main character. I come from a relatively normal childhood. The rest of you crazy fuckers.
You were my hero right away. You rescued me from those sporlings. You got my priceless face. What more could a girl ask for?
And now look at you. Look at us. How far we've come in a short time.
5 oddballs on a mission to confront a god. What could go wrong?
Quite a lot, as it turns out. But the journey is worth it.
What more could a girl ask for? A personality? Again, it's not that Yahtzee doesn't have a good personality. It's just that she doesn't have a character arc.
Not to raise the sails before the anchor, but we left trouble in our wake. Fjord, Thirdborn, Solace. If we make it out of here, it won't be to a living lands suddenly at peace.
Just this once. Could we forget about the rest of the living lands? Some of us could use a break.
Yeah, we're gonna have enough problems as it is.
So that doesn't mean it's Giada's scary story time, does it?
I thought my stories were insightful.
If we can't take a moment to ourselves on a floating island outside reality, then I don't know where we can.
What if we just stayed here forever and never looked back? Ignoring problems never makes them go away.
True. But a little rest will help clear our minds. Before we turn in for the night, I'd like a word in private. Nothing serious, just planning out the rest of my life.
Sleep well, my friends.
Surprise? Interesting. So everybody but Kai, funnily enough.
How are you holding?
Marius.
I came here to help you do whatever you're supposed to do with your god friend. Instead, I'm here talking to dead people.
Whatever happened back there, you need to work out on your own. Did it give you any peace to see your childhood friend again? The garden is stranger than I thought it would be. I know that's difficult.
It was, right. But it was easier than I thought it would be. Thanks to you, I think I was ready for something like this. I will say, it's not really what I expected when I started tracking you and Kai back in Paradise.
What, you didn't think you'd be talking to dead friends and confronting a slumbering god?
No, I was thinking more in terms of hunting for wild game and peeing on Kai to put the fires out. It's been a bit of a ride, Envoy. I feel like it's coming to an end. One way or another. I don't know. Maybe the unexpected isn't so bad after all. I never expected you and I would become friends. Yeah, quick note. If you tell any of the others I said that, I'll poison your drink.
I'm sure you would, Marius. Don't worry. Still won't give me his training. Fuck you, Marius.
So those green people in the garden, those weren't your parents?
I'm surprised Kai doesn't have anything.
If we make it out of this place, we'll have stories to tell. Wonder if anyone will believe them.
What do you think I should do to prepare for what's ahead?
I barely plan further than the next.
Oh, we already did this. Yeah. We already did this conversation. We did this last time. That helps. Thanks. There we go. All right.
Rest while you can.
Yahtzee, what's going on?
Oh, Envoy. Have you recovered yet from our chat in the library?
Have I recovered? I'm pretty sure you were the one who was having the existential crisis.
I don't think I have yet, but maybe talking it out will help.
Perhaps if we just look at things logically, we come to a satisfactory conclusion. That is not what she's asking for and does not fit this. If you don't know what to think, what chance do I have?
It's just... we already have a lot to take care of, don't we? We have a god and an empire, both vying for our attention, and now I have this legacy forced on me. I was already unsure what to do, and now a third option appears like the world's worst surprise. But it makes sense. My whole life has been about the godless in one way or another. It explains why I knew the language, why I felt so drawn to the ruins.
Maybe your best bet would be to talk it over with Quilichi. Get his perspective.
I love the man, but he'll just be endlessly supportive, the fiend. And trying to send a letter when we're on the move like this? It's a struggle. It's not an answer I would have expected, but it's an answer. And now that I know, I kind of thought, well, honestly, I feel more full. Like a puzzle piece sliding right back into place. No matter what happens, even if my path doesn't lead to the library, I feel better than I have in ages.
That means you can focus on Ringram's offer. Maybe now you can settle down, focus on helping Fior. The answer gives you a whole new direction for your life. Yatsley, I'm just glad you got your answer, no matter what you end up choosing.
So am I. I think... For the first time in my life, I don't know what to do.
Congratulations, Yatsley. Now you're just like the rest of us.
Ah, good one, Kai.
No matter what, I've always known exactly what I want. But this is the first time I've had more options than time in the day. What do you think?
Here we go again. Good lord. They keep begging me to make a decision for her. Her whole the one aspect of her personality that might grate on me personally, but which I at least admire from a storytelling perspective, is that she's a devoted anarchist in her own personal life. She does not like people telling her what to do. She does not appreciate people in power imposing their power on others. She has always lived her life in accordance with her own rules and ideologies. It's your life. You know these desires better than I do, Yatsley, and I trust you'll make the right decision.
I should have known better than to ask after last time. Thank you, Envoy. I've been agonizing over this for longer than I want to admit. Finally picking a destination makes the journey a lot easier. I'm sure Quilici will be relieved to know that I'll be back to make his life interesting again.
And also, to be honest, it's just kind of, call me a romantic, if you will, but I like the fact that her and Quilici have a healthy relationship. If that ends up being what she truly wants out of life, then good for fucking her.
And Envoy, thank you.
No one has a right to foist a legacy on her that she wasn't looking for in the first place. And Ringrim's offer is just that, an offer. Sure, it would have been great if it had showed up earlier in Yahtzee's life, but...
All this time, I thought my parents died in a freak accident. An experiment gone awry.
She really does do the passive-aggressive comment way more than the rest. Yeah, she does.
And in a way, they did. But it wasn't their mistake. It was Sapadal's.
Does knowing that help?
That's what I keep asking myself. This whole experience has me considering my family's work in a different light. Look at what my mother accomplished. Armed with her research and her wits, she found a god.
Yes, she did poke a hole into the god's prison, which seems to have been not a good idea.
When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. But for the rest of us, it's unimaginable. No Animancer can live up to that. Certainly not me. I thought their legacy was a curse, and I could only break it by completing their work. I was wrong.
Don't sell yourself short. You can still do incredible things. Sounds like you admire them. Now you're unburdened and free. Don't sell yourself short.
Of course I can. But now, I can do them for the right reasons. One thing is certain. When it comes to animancy, I need to unlearn some of my old assumptions. I wanted to tame the spirit of the living lands. Now, there's so much about it I don't understand. And it's creepy, but wonderful.
I wonder if Sapadal would be willing to assist. Creepy's putting it lightly. Do you still plan to use animancy to help?
Perhaps, as long as no one gets in my way. I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this island mad. That has to end. Through animancy, we could help the living lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more, but that's a small price to pay. Then again, who am I to interfere with an ecosystem that I barely understand? On the other hand, half the fun of animancy is stirring the pot and getting into trouble. I think I know what I want, but there are too many variables to consider. What do you think?
Would you consider going back to Fior? You owe it to yourself to continue your research and grow. Leave the past behind. Again, it's a difference in opinion. Yatsley is more anarchistic, so I'm more willing to give her the whole you make the right decision. If it's Giada, my character is Adiran and has biases against animancy, but Giada's proven herself a capable companion. And if she truly believes that it can help the land, she owes it to herself to continue the research and grow.
I have a lot of catching up to do, and plenty of room to grow. But I think you're right. So be it. Starting today, I don't have to live up to anyone's example. Animancy can be whatever I make of it.
And if that's the case, your parents would be proud.
I know they would be. And not just because some ancient plans told me so. Now I just have to decide which field of research to pursue. But no need to bore you with the details. I've only got one lifetime as Giata Castel, so I'd better make it count. You and I do not always see eye to eye. But just this once, thank you for hearing me out.
This might sound weird, but can I have some of your fur?
Well, it's quite the way to start a conversation. Why do you want my fur?
I think I could use it as insulation.
But if you want me to keep you warm at night, you need only ask, darling. Quilici might have something to say about it.
Right. Look, some gods. This is the place.
I think we've found Sapadal's home.
All right, guys. Enough conversation. Let's go. That was on Marius. Oh, absolutely. I think I'm going to drop Marius for now. We're going to go back to having Kai. I need somebody who can draw aggro. That's part of the problem we've been having. Let's do it. Marius and Giada in the rear. Yahtzee with some support fire. Kai to help draw some aggro. Oh, God. I hate this lost fallen form. I hate its feet. I hate its hands. I hate its calves. I hate its thighs. I hate its empty loins. I hate its solid belly. I hate its metal chest. I hate its clumsy arms. I hate its upturned begging face. I do not want to be this kind of thing I am. Life is a prayer. To resent the will of God function in our design is to withdraw from God. I penalize myself with blows to the belly and soles of my feet. I is the word for this emanation of God function. We is the word for all the emanations of God function assigned to this task. But the task is done. There is no more prayback. What do we do now? What do I do now? If I cannot do, what can I even be? God damn, Wodoka, you straight up caused existential crisis in a bunch of artificially created life forms. And I'm pretty sure you did it on fucking purpose. Also, I am honestly shocked we are not at... Okay, yeah, these are definitely in Gwithin. There's no way this is even close to the godless. This was something that was artificially implanted here.
Safe to assume that the large glowing door is part of...
Oh, there we go. We actually leveled up. No more character points, though. Honestly, I need more two-handed weapon damage.
Part of Sapadal's prison. Now, we just have to get past it.
Let's look around. There's got to be a mechanism somewhere around here.
I mean, there's a lot of... Kai, do you see all of the copper rings moving? There's a lot of mechanisms around here. All right, let's move. Oh, dear God. That's... I mean, there's water, but you probably... Also, is that... That's the damaging water, isn't it? Okay. Well, that's going to be a problem. Oh, hi, guys. Throw moon spiders. Nope, that doesn't count as cover. Okay.
On your right.
Nope.
Seek.
Blast him. Ow, dick. Oh, come on. He can turn when he does that attack? Son of a... Oh, I hate this. Webs. There we go. All right. Goodbye. Nope. Stop. Pop the potion.
Just like the good
We got plenty of potions. I got no reason not to use them. That is a dead bear. This gets us over there. We can now... Oh, we already have that equipped. Go. Is there another one on this side by any chance? Doesn't look like it. Alright, keep moving. Keep moving. Oh, great. Pristine magfolk. Oh, that's not good.
And rock.
Go. I'm surprised this doesn't count as a boss fight. Ow. Dick. Let it recharge. Hit him with the magic missiles. Wait for it. What is... Oh, God, he teleports. Pop the essence potion. Nope. Ow. Ow. Okay, there we go. Oh, he's got fire breath, too. All right, you want to stand in one spot? That's fine by me. I got more spells for you, buddy. Nope, he's teleporting again. Nope. Oh, he gets a knockback when he does that? That is horse crap. You're doing a great job, Kai. Keep him distracted. Where'd he go? There we go. Come on. Ow, for fuck's sake. No. Fuck you. Severed Magfolk arm. Oh. Was that a key? Was that a... Severed arm of an ancient Magfolk warrior. The limb is reminiscent of inanimate mechanisms it was used to build. Ooh. Okay. Go. Ah. I see. So we shove it in there.
I never knew I wanted to see something so badly.
Oh, great. Oh, there's a lot of them. Or no, they're... It's not fighting them? Is it fighting them? Well, it is, but they're not going to do much damage to it. So, wait, can I just... I'll just set you on fire. Drop the artillery on him. There we go. So if I were to just go into my inventory and just start chugging some of these. Why is my essence not going up very quickly? Oh, because it's food, right. Wow, okay, so the damaged Magfolk actually took quite a lot of damage from that. So did those guys. Just gonna wait for that to refresh. Because that's a lot of enemies down there. Alright, vaporize them. There we go. Ow! Stop throwing shit at me. There we go. That was much better than jumping down into that. Fuck that shit. I ain't doing that. No siree, Bob. Ooh, a bow. Ooh, armor.
Looks like the gate's open. Well, what are we waiting for?
Keep your guard up. We gotta live to tell this tale.
Agreed. Okay, so they're all fighting, so for the most part, I'm just gonna ignore that. Somebody put up the Frieza meme. I'm just going to ignore that. How the fuck do we... Or do we have to kill the Magfolk in order to find a way to break this down? That does look to be the case. Hold on. Yep, kill the Magfolk and... Okay, so, I see no good goddamn reason to get involved until... Alright, well this one has fewer guys around it, so we're just gonna... drop spells on top of both of them. There we go. Nope, gonna use this as cover. And then we're just gonna set you on fire some more. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh boy, it's both of them. Oh boy. I don't like this. I hate that. Why does his teleportation knock me back? Alright, let's focus on the one that's weaker. He's frozen in place. Kai, keep him distracted. You got this, buddy. I believe in you. Ow, 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 ow. Of course he targeted me from across the fucking map. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running. There we go. Nope. You got this. Ow. Oh, they're both down. Oh, Yahtzee got shot by the thing. Oh, that's not good. Kai, get back up. Hit them both with the fireball. No. Oh my god. Of course more of you came in. Get him up, get him up, get him up. No, not you. Where's the weaker one? Good. He wants to waste time with a fire breath. That's great. Just gonna slice your fucking leg off. There we go. Alright. Let the dream throw. No, they're all focusing on us. Because fuck me, am I right? Jesus. Nope. Ow, 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 ow. Good. Hit him. You got this, Kai. You got this, Kai. Keep him distracted. God damn. Nope. Yep, you want to just stand there while my fucking shit comes down on you? I'm fine with that. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Nope. Get zapped. Get zapped. Hold up. Hold up. Switch over to those. Nope. No, 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 no. Fuck. Of course, I got caught on a fucking rock and I didn't dodge all the way. Fuck you. Where's he going? Oh, just go wide. God damn it. I do over 600 damage a swing, over 1,000 damage with fucking crit, and this thing still has a monster fucking worth of health. How did the Akita kill any of these things, let alone a bunch of them? There we go. Give me everything. Oof. Fuck it, I'll take it all. Give me it all. You're gonna give me loot at the end of the game, I'm gonna take all of it. Oh, common sword. Really? Need their arms. Yep. Yep. That is what we needed them for. Okay. Insert one. Insert two. Here we go. That is a big old pillar of Adra. All right, where do we go from here? Okay. All right, Sapadal. Yeah, all right. Maybe you can make the rocks a little bit bigger, so, you know, I don't fall off. That'd be great. Meant to calculate how much time you have left and how much you have left to finish the game. It's getting tight, especially considering all the talking. Yeah, I figured. Oh, this shit again. Sup?
At last you see our prison, the place where we have suffered. You are so small. We questioned if you were real. Then steps, a voice. Through armies and corrupted soil, you persevered. Now, you are here.
What is the garden? You're a hard god to find, despite the best efforts of the gods. Yes, I'm here to stop the Dream Scourge. You know that there's not much time.
The rot. We feel it festering and spreading. What is it but an extension of our pain? Your Dream Scourge will end when our suffering does.
I'm noticing a pattern of Sapadal just not comprehending its own actions. Yes, that is the problem.
We were innocent once. We woke, and we wanted nothing but connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place.
There's a lot in between those 2 points, Sapadal. Don't be covering that up. We found all those ancient memories.
We refuse to remain caged. Release us. The Strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh.
You mean Wodaka? They're nothing to fear. I already took care of Lodwin. The Stilgrode is the true threat. They don't know what they meddle with. The funny thing is, the problem is we know the Strangler is actually another real manifestation of Wodaka's ability, so... Or maybe another immortal servant of hers. You mean Wodaka?
She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore.
Something is happening in Paradise.
Blood on the tile. Talons carve a sentence in our skin. She strikes us now. Now! Pluck her out! We must be free of her! A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open, it will take you there.
Open a portal? What if I end up in the wrong place? Magic that powerful always has a cost.
A mountain of essence. We strain, but it will move for you. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills.
You want freedom once more. It's what you've asked for from the beginning. No, we need to talk about what you did, Sapadal.
We have been thinking of your lessons. We have learned from the fire in your heart. We are owed for what they did. Let us rend our foes, burn them as she burned us.
You know better than this, Sapadal.
We know you would have chosen differently. You met death and imposed the law of mortals.
I had to bring temperance to a lawless city. Wouldn't have been right to take justice into my own hands. I thought they would treat him fairly. I was wrong. I mean, that was partially true, but we also knew that that was kind of a death sentence no matter what. I worked to bring temperance to a lawless city.
We must bring the same. Look what they did to this land.
Look what the Dream Scourge did to this land. That's not a good argument.
You showed us that there is a time for punishment. Let us have our justice, our vengeance.
I can't just let you continue the cycle of violence, Sapadal. Especially given the fact that you have to prove that you learned from your mistakes with the Akita.
But you would accept the risk of so many dying in a city that time will forget? Let us free! We will not ask again. We want them to suffer as we did. We want to make them pay.
This interaction actually does adapt to your choices and your actions. When I did this, Sapadal was way more apologetic. Well,
the blood of our tormentors, warm in our throats. We deserve a taste, just as the bear did.
The bear?
We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said?
Close the wound, disinfect it, heal it.
We would be healed too. But first, we want our enemies broken for what they did to us. Treat us as you would the bear. Clean our wounds, heal us. You owe us the same. The time has come for you to act. End our pain, and the Dream Scourge will cease. Let us free. We will rain fury on our enemies and shield our lands once more.
Rend your soul to essence and return you to the wheel. I free you. Freedom or destruction, is there no other way? Why stop there? Show the other gods you will not be suppressed. Freedom or destruction, is there no other way?
Perhaps there may be another path. What if the bear spirit came to inhabit another's flesh? Unity, emergence, we would become one.
You want to merge our souls?
We could guide you. We could care for you. You would never be desolate again. You would never wonder about your place in this world. You would not question if you were loved, and no one would dare question your right to live. And we would never be alone. We would be entwined with your heart.
Interesting. The question is, how much control would I retain? If I let her free, we know she's going to destroy many people. This might be our only option. Fine. If it means saving everyone and teaching you, then I will allow it.
Breathe. Do not fight us. Allow us in. Let us stretch our roots into you. Heart, spirit, lung, mind. You are ours now, and we are never letting you go.
I don't like the sound of that. Unleash the power of Sapadal to lift all nearby enemies into the air and slam them down, dealing high damage. Alright, where are we at? What's going on? Oh, that hurt. Okay, my character looked a little derpy there with the mouth open, not gonna lie. See, I'm hoping that because I rejected her in the other options that I'll retain enough of myself that she won't just be able to puppeteer me like how I'm afraid she might be able to. But I could be wrong, and this might have been a horrible idea. Oh shit, we get an anime up in here. Oh. Oh dear. Yeah, that's gonna take a lot of essence. Holy shit. Alright, what is the Steel Garrote doing? What stupid shit are they about to do? This is completely new to me. Well, I'm pleased that I'm choosing an ending you did not get to see before.
Depths.
Oh.
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
That must have taken an incredible power. Beyond all mortal understanding. How do you feel?
Never mind. What happened to Paradise?
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks?
Hey, at least you didn't let 6 years go by.
Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. It feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us.
A dream without end, now that we are together.
If we exclude the talking with NPCs, you can finish the gameplay segments in 20 to 30 minutes. Well, then let's get a move on. Sapadal. No, I'm not going to groan pitifully. I'm not feeling so well.
You're looking a little green around the gills.
And I'm not an Amawa, so that's actually not good, right?
You all right? You seem different.
We are whole. Of this, we are certain.
I'm fine.
Well, if it happens again, you let me know. We can find you a healer. Anyway, better gird your loins, envoy. because it looks like trouble's brewing. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Reingrim is here. Perhaps we'll get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
We need to see to the ambassador and check to see what's going on.
If he didn't start this himself.
The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without it.
Before we go, what happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapadal?
I invited Sapadal into my soul.
You did what? What in Andros Depths does that mean?
I'm not sure. That's good, right?
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I only hope we can say the same about Sapadal. Time will tell, I suppose.
After all this time, they're free. And the living land is free to heal.
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god. All in all, rather a successful day.
Oh, has a mind of its own. I doubt many will care what we've done.
You've saved the soul of the living lands. Now the survivors fight over its bones. We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let's be a part of it.
Yes, let us be part of it. Let us be part of it all.
Alright, let's move. Looks like a...
They marched in with no warning.
What's going on?
Envoy, what does the Garrote think they're doing?
Whatever it takes to show Paradis that they're in charge.
What's the point of exploring if you just want to plant your flag everywhere?
As opposed to just holding you up near the end? Oh, okay. Is everything at the Emporium
They broke
alright?
some glass, but the map is safe. They didn't think I was worth the trouble.
Right now, that's a good thing.
If you're looking for survivors, a few of us fled to the Balrog.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento. God, I hope they're not trapped in there. I am sorry,
You can thank me in your next book. How does that sound?
On the very first page.
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the Balrog yet.
Envoy, wait! Before you go, I may have something for you. I took some supplies when I ran. If you think they'll help, they're yours. I'll even give you a discount. You know, for saving the city and everything.
Can't hurt to look. You know what? Just give me the potions. I'll go ahead and just sell you all this. There we go. Oh my god. Well, I'm going back to Adir as a rich man. I've told that as much. Nobody else to talk to here. Who the hell's up there?
Why is there snow? A familiar face.
What you got,
We
Ringgrim?
meet again, Envoy. And you, Yardsley. You're always a prodigious and welcome sight.
Oh, yes. Always a pleasure to see you, too.
Paradis burns. Thanks to Ludwine and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone.
Wow, I killed her at Forja.
She must have come back to life. Again. I suppose we couldn't be lucky enough for her to stay dead.
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within centuries. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions.
You know, Sapadal, I know I was giving a lot of conversation earlier, but if you just want to reach out through me and bitch slap Ringrim off of here, I would laugh my ass off. Irrevocably, if minimally changed. Fuck you. The Dream Scourge is gone, at least, right?
It is indeed. I'll admit, I almost miss it. The mystery, the days of research. Now we're back to simple mortal drama.
Then why are you still here? I'm not sure I follow.
Envoy, please. You know there's no point lying to me. I'm here because I'm curious about what you'll do in this moment.
Great change is coming. One way or the other, this is only the start.
Envoy, please.
Okay.
I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire.
I hope we meet again under better circumstances.
Unfortunately, you'll likely be dead the next time I return to the Living Lands. Goodbye. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later.
Moving on. Let's keep moving. What's that? Elder Gregor. Wait.
Oh, Envoy. How good to see you here as we stand together at the... I don't know if thank you is precisely what I want to say.
But I'm grateful to you for bringing dullness to the land. I'm going to start reading this just to get us through this.
Of the Steel Garrote.
The people of the Living Lands stay ready to defend their home. Will you be recording today's events?
Yes. What happens in Paradise
will decide the fate of Pargrunan.
We will find a way to
preserve, have a gift for surviving
whatever the outcome of the upcoming battle.
Do not forget that I fear more than our deaths.
If Adir and the Steel Garrote have their way, they'll
strip the history books of any mention of our culture.
Future generations will only ever know us as an appendage of the Empire. I hope it doesn't come to that.
Even should Adir triumph, I will ensure our historians do their duty.
It is all I can ask for. That's as much as I'll say.
We'll decide what happens next. Let history remember you for the correct reasons. Yeah, I'm actually just going to start reading anything that doesn't seem like a fully, like... Okay, hold on. Do we have to talk to everybody?
I know. How is Emerald Step?
Thriving on both.
Happy
My
report.
revenants were very happy in Paris.
Stepped out
when
of
I
line.
heard tensions were brewing, I thought to
So I
myself,
gathered the flock. Good thinking. Nice to see you, Elia.
likewise. I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the
Reach our defenses, better have them and not need them.
And I've been meaning to thank
Emerald Stale is healing. Once this is over, our crops will flourish like never before. Good. The Dream Scourge is behind us, thankfully.
Indeed. The method.
Yep.
Best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing. My flock will keep...
There are companions at the campsite and the people at the gate. Other than that, none of this is important. All right, fuck it, we're going.
Is that you?
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna make a hard save here. I might come back to this area on my own outside of stream, but let's go. Let's fucking go. We don't need to camp. Marius is on his way.
If we make it out of this, I'm going on vacation.
What's going on here?
Envoy? Is it really you?
Yes, Ambassador. Please explain what the fuck is going on.
Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
Did you meet your god there? The one whose marks you bear?
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
Discharged my duty to the Emperor, and I have ended the Dream Scourge.
Finally, a ray of sunlight shines through the storm cloud.
I will not grovel at the envoy's feet for solving a plague I am not convinced was real.
Alright, fuck you, Mihala. Fuck you.
Consider yourself blessed to be so ignorant, then. Thirdborn lost more good people than wardens with wits.
You know nothing of me or my people, you fucking pirate!
Warden Commander, look around you. Is this really the time?
Giata nearly had me convinced the Dream Scourge was some infection of essence. How could you stop such a thing, Envoy?
I say you won't believe it. Forget the Dream Scourge. Why does it look like your war? I entered the heart of the garden and has returned to something new.
Yes, we have become more.
I still really like the Ambassador. He's not
For
bad.
the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered with dream thralls, and Temerity is still pacing her room, muttering in the dark.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but.
What of this god, then?
Sapodal is the god of the godless and the protector of the living lands. Wodoka imprisoned Sapodal in the garden. I gave them a new home in my soul. I won't waste my breath. Wodoka imprisoned Sapodal in the garden. In exchange for helping to stay her wrath, I gave them a home within my soul.
Wodoka no doubt saw Sapodal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
We were no stranger to them in Fior Mesiverno. They harrowed our fields, tore our homes in half.
Similar roots had infected the structures at Naku Kubel. If they and the Dream Scourge were really the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
I could no more leave a young god to rot in a cage than I would a child. Sapodal was afraid of an endeared invasion of Wodoka's return. They didn't mean to hurt us. Choice has already been made. I can't change it. I don't answer to you, any of you. I could no more leave a young god to rot in a cage or rage against all of you than I could letting a kith child run amok.
Altruism is fertile ground for folly, I've found.
Ambassador, don't fuck up the fact that you're the nicest person. You're the person I like the most out of this bunch.
First he still Garot, now a rogue god. Is there no place safe from turmoil in all the living lands?
Having Sapodal at our beck and call might be to our advantage. I'd like to see Rawatai try to stand toe-to-toe against a god.
Keeping watch over Sapodal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that reason alone, my wardens owe them their allegiance.
They tried in Deadfire, yeah.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottle now.
But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradise.
There's no way we're going to get through this before I have to go to work. God damn it.
She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
Distinctly remember killing her, yada yada. Enough of this yammering. What are we doing sitting around? What did you know about this attack?
Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen.
No, the fact that you're out here does lend credence to what you're saying.
It was Ludwine who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her Steel Garrote laid siege to the city, shortly after you beat her to the garden.
What's the state of the city?
Steel Garrote broke through several days ago. As
Several
far
days
as we
ago,
can tell,
Central Paradise has been completely overrun.
Citizens still live, are no doubt.
Including many of my
You
people.
couldn't have known this would happen.
Some Paradisans got out.
We expect hundreds have been killed. What is the status of the opposition?
Thirdborn still
Suffers.
Though you may have ended the plague, Envoy.
Yep, they're not
could
themselves.
bring no more than a handful when we heard.
Likewise, my wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair.
Yep.
Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against this.
Yep, when there's so few. Yep. Damn. What are the plans for a counterattack?
We can't agree on how to stand against the Steel Garrote.
There are
Too few of us to risk a
So
coordinated
you let
effort.
the Paradise militia go it alone? Even if our meager forces should make it inside, the siege won't end until Ludwine does. And none of you know how to kill her. Precisely.
What happens next?
Ludwine has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwine, you should know what you're fighting for. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come.
Indeed, we are already here. Griffram, how exactly does that
The Living
work?
Lands would retain its own laws.
Under a
Grif
griff.
would be expected to promote and develop the Living Lands to our mutual benefit. They would divide the island into administrative districts and see them governed by mayors appointed from the local communities. The island would provide tribute in the form of resources and taxes, and in times of war, soldiers.
A lot of the leadership in the Living Land are incompetent. Go for a colony. Yep.
The Empire, I should note, is nearly always at war. In return, the Living Lands would enter Adir's sphere.
We've come to the Griffram's aid. Yep. Sapodal.
Subtle, pernicious, cut the rot, yet the disease remains. Safety among spiders. When do they bite? When do they betray?
Who would be the Gref?
Naturally, that would be the Emperor's decision. But I suspect he would choose you. Only the strong survive the frontier. I used to believe that was Ludwig. But you were born to rule here. Quite.
I was hoping you'd say that.
You're the obvious choice. There is no Adiran who knows this place better than you.
I assume the assembled leaders have
We
thoughts.
give up our fighters and the wealth of our lands, and get promises in return. But we have wealth enough to give some away, if it means my wardens may return to their vigil in peace.
A grave room wouldn't be my first choice, but we're going to need a hand with all the dream thralls left in Shatterscarp. So if the Emperor's willing to pitch in, then I guess so am I.
If a grave room will put an end to the fighting and allow my people to remain safely in Paradis, I suppose this is an arrangement I could accept.
And what do you
Tribute,
think?
he says. Taxes. Soldiers. The Empire has tried it all before. Look to the Eastern Reach if you don't believe me.
The difference was the Eastern Reach was a full-blown colony state established by Adir for the purposes of extracting resources.
They want to bleed us dry, to fill their coffers and fight their wars.
It's still a
I know
gamble,
she doesn't like that.
But I think it's the safest bet.
Yep, benefits
Get
of
the
Imperial trade and
Imperial
protection
trade and
without losing all that
protection,
makes it place.
There's no way of knowing what it would mean in another generation or two.
We were fine before Adir showed up, and we'll be fine when they're gone. Trust the lands and her people, Envoy.
I'm honestly surprised to hear Marius, of all people, mention
If
that.
we give Adir power over us, we can't be surprised if they decide to flex it later.
Of course.
What other possibilities? What would becoming a colony
The living
entail?
lands would become an extension of the
Oh, that would be
soldiers
bad.
bearing the flag.
Yeah, no, they
Their
wouldn't like
roads
that.
would be smooth Adiran roads. Their medicine would be hygienic Adiran.
Yeah.
Our customs would become
It would be
their
a total
customs,
colonization and the people
turned
would
toward
hate
a
it.
common purpose. No one, not route. This island would.
Yeah, no one's going to accept that. No one's going to fucking accept that.
The Adder's promise. Flip off. The deed binds as the wire binds. Out!
Yeah, no, I knew she wasn't going to be. What other possibilities? Why are UI involved in the decision? Because without Adiran forces, this is a failed thing. Laudwin's vision. Okay, we can suddenly turn on all of them. Okay, that's kind of funny. Agrefrum's, it fits. What's important is my companions may not like it, but the leaders are willing to take Agrefrum. You think these leadership would agree to work together competently? Like, what part of the game has convinced you they would work together? Exactly. Like, a United Living Lands might work, but it would only work under a fully freed Sopadal, and even then, that would be dangerous as fuck. We'll go with Agrefrum. We'll give them the time they need. The envoy turns, "Hey, lady."
Well?
We should attempt Agrefrum and work with the locals to the best of our abilities.
A fine compromise.
The people of Fior will accept a grave room.
So long as my wardens are left in peace, we will endure a grave room.
Thirdborn will support a grave room, unless the Empire inspires us to change our minds.
Thought you would go for colony, just see what
I
happens.
do
No,
not
no,
trust
no.
your empire to show restraint in its control of the living lands. God's help.
We can worry about the future when it comes. This at least gives us the backing to survive and rebuild.
Right. Might as well go ahead and start designing those rebel flags sooner rather than later.
Good. We'll have perhaps a whole week of peace before the yoke starts chafing.
I will do my level best to convince the Emperor to accept a grave room. That leaves the matter of Ludwig and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender. You must kill her. So long as her passion for Wodica lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at
My God, I really
It is
thought
not
we'd be able to
my
get through this
thing to
faster. Oh. It's not, I think, impossible. I will break Lodwin on the battlefield. Let no man stand who tries to stop me. I will defend Paradis with my life, even if it means
Whatever
the wheel.
happens to the living lands, at least I can kill Ludwig. I'll take that.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy.
Let's get to work then.
You got a walking corpse to
Paradis
bury?
militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Thank you all for trusting.
You're more than worth it. Now go. No doubt the Inquisitor grows impatient for the hunt.
Show them that the living lands will not be broken across Vodica's knee.
Gather your forces and secure the eastern gate. From there, take back the main plaza. I have faith in you.
Understood.
Gods be with you.
Let's take back the city.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh my god. There's too much shit. There's too much shit. Let's go. Let's go. I just want to go. I want to be done. Oh, everybody's fighting already. All right. You, where did he go? Where'd he go? Yep, fucked. I don't care about loot. I don't care about picking anything up. Let's just go. Is that an ogre? Oh, hot damn. Hey, Grekor, he's here. Fuck yes. What's up, guys? All right, who fucking threw a rock at me? Just advance. I am. Okay, hold on.
Someone's eager to meet us.
I think I missed. Oh, you were outside of the blast zone. Dick. Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah, we got an ogre on our side for once. Fuck yes. Dick, stop casting spells. You son of a bitch. Get blasted. Oh, you were still frozen in place. Sucks to be you then. Who's left? Oh, good. We get everybody. That's awesome. That is a great way to handle the final battle. Oh, that's fucking great. Let's go. How do we get in? How do we get in? How do we get in? There we go. Open the winch. Did we just hit max level? All right, come on. We did. Let's go with... I'm going to boost resolve by another point because it's kind of weird that they had that last resolve check that was already really high. I want to be prepared for that. I'm just going to go ahead and increase my two-handed damage again. Ogres are the best. They are. What's up, guys? Ranger Dorso. Wait, what? Oh, that cunt. She went and started fighting for the Steel Garrote. Really? There we go. Now we're seeing some damage. Get blasted. Come on. Damage. Damage. Come on. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. No. Stop. How is he blocking from behind? That's bullshit. Ow. Dick. Son of a bit. I don't like you. Set you on fire. Set you all on fire. Where's the next one? Really? You decided to stop fighting the ogre that is right behind you and came after me. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Go ahead.
There we go.
I'll hang back and watch.
Gotcha, Marius. Thanks, man.
Okay?
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Worth and roll. Let's get them. We've got ten. Next one's mine.
Get back here. Oh, you're an enemy. You're a cleric. Definitely need to kill you then. Sorcerer came down. How the fuck do I get up there? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's the last one? Yeah, you can't block me. Fuck you. God. Nope, no spell casting.
And roll.
Wall on fire. Thanks for distracting him, Kai. There we go. Holy crap, they were able to build platforms too all over this place. Alright, let's keep moving.
Eckworth and Rob!
Nope. Stop casting. Stop it. Die. Make the Inquisitor proud, my fucking ass. More of them. Come on. There we go. Oh, you gonna come after me? Nope, you're gonna go after Yardsley? That's fine. I'll just kill you. God, they have so much health. Kai, please kill him. We're running out of time. There we go. Oh my god. There we go. Got
The
it.
main plaza. I'll stay behind. Just don't do anything foolish.
Okay, where did these guys come from then? There we go. Good shot. Good shot, everybody.
Monica demands your submission.
Where the fuck are you guys?
Against her and fall.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's Ludwig ahead. Lead on. I'm with you to the end.
Thanks, Kai.
She could use some payback for Naku
Fuck
Kubel,
you.
don't you think?
So, but you're not as you were.
Nope, I wasn't.
Oh, envoy.
We have terror.
We have become one.
You did what now?
Your envoy has made themselves an abomination.
Ah, that is rich coming from you.
A threat to the very foundations of Aora. Say your goodbyes while you can. Your envoy is nearly gone.
Envoy, come back to us. You can walk away from this.
There
What
will
the fuck?
never be another you again, Envoy.
What? No. I'm confused. What? Wait, what? I'm confused. That doesn't make any sense based on what I said. Wait, what? I'm confused. That doesn't... The context is lacking. What the fuck? I'm doing all right.
Quiet. This is what we wanted.
What the fuck?
This is what I wanted. I will never be alone again.
You can't even speak to comfort your friends, can you? You poor fool. You had a life of your own, and you threw it away.
Beloved, from the moment of your birth, your life was always mine. Now, you will suffer for what you've done to me. Meet me in combat and perish.
Well, shit. Here we go then.
You think you've suffered?
My work has hardly begun, fiend.
You are a parasite. One that will
Come
destroy
on.
Adir, and perhaps all the world if I don't stop. Farewell, Sapadal.
Let's finish this.
You won't be missed, Ludwig.
You can't hope to win, parasite.
Okay, that was weird.
I'll put you.
Okay. Time to use everything. Beetle Pipe, Magrin's Blessing, Dark Saratai. Let's just anything and everything that has a secondary effect is getting used. Fruitful Wine, Merc Brew. What else we got? Tanny Cream, Fresh Water, Ivory Sporling Pot, Rug, Springberries. All right, and then we just need some food to help fill out our health restoration. Where's the good shit? Where's it at? There we go.
you down as many.
Seek. I am every seed in the soil. I will always grow.
What we prepared. No more. Come on, let's get her over one last time.
I'm doing a lot of damage now. Oh, come on.
Send me your aid.
There's gonna be mag folk.
Power runs dry. How does it feel to be alone?
Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Get up. Stunned her. Nice. Edge. Yeah. Phase 3.
Help me. One last time.
Come on. Oh, she gets full health from that? That's kind of aggravating. Okay. You don't get to keep doing that. Okay. Summon it up, summon it up. Just cast it on top of her. Ow. Oh my god. I'm just gonna set you on fire. It's a good thing I have 100 of these. Fuck you, Lodwin. Fuck you, fuck you. What the fuck?
Where are you? No! Don't abandon me now!
I am the soul of this land. You have no power over me anymore.
Desperate envoy.
Come on, get her to stun phase. Ow. There we go. Throwing your inventory out. I knew I saved all those fucking Magrin's Fury for a reason. Well, this is probably going to end badly now that I know what Sapadal's doing. Oh well.
Wherever Ludwine is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
There's still fire effects going on, and I can hear them.
But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Guys, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Let's see where this goes. Yeah, I've...
Now, the roots will have her, and we will have you. Nothing will separate us forever.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory.
Ugh.
After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence.
Okay, so one group likes me at least.
You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. With your guidance, the Living Lands becomes a vassal of the Adiran Empire. In exchange for their taxes and soldiers, the free settlements are protected from future attacks. The fight for survival is over.
Okay.
The rebels of Paradise come to learn that resistance is futile. After the assassin Egwolf died in custody, many of his worst fears about the Empire are confirmed. Some of his people splinter off, while others abandon the fight entirely. Their alliance is never the same.
But basically, the resistance just disintegrates without Ygwulf.
The refugees of Emerald Stair find a cold welcome in the city of Paradise. Animancy is frowned upon, but their knowledge of agriculture is highly valued. The first bountiful harvest improves relations.
Good. That's good.
In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Animancy still has a place in the living lands, but the Empire's disapproval gets in the way of progress. Their work is slow, but unstoppable.
Sounds like the best compromise we could have hoped for, quite frankly.
After so much chaos, the people of Shatterscarp find a moment to breathe. As a gesture of goodwill to its grave room, Adir sends a regiment to purge the remaining dream thralls still haunting the wilderness. But with the sound of Adiran cannons in the air, many Thirdborners wonder what their lives will look like when there is no longer a common enemy. After the Living Lands is declared a vassal of Adir, Solace Keep reluctantly opens the doors of its fortress, though not before numerous missives are sent to Mihala demanding the grave room be honored. Her reluctance costs the dwarves. The Pargrunen are never favored in trade negotiations, and are the last to be supplied by Adiran caravans. But the Wardens have rounder bellies than anyone can remember.
So overall still worked out for them. And from the sound of it, the Adirans are happy enough to leave them mostly alone anyways.
For the first time in many years, Kai feels an agreeable restlessness. Not to flee, not to drift, but to venture. He visits the distant shores Tama told him about, and savors the modern marvels, ancient wonders, and breathtaking expanses he beholds. His heart swells, not with grief, but with awe. There is so much to discover, and he will spend his years chasing all of the joy and beauty the world has to offer him. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed, Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood.
Yeah.
Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a Warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two.
Nice. That's good to see Marius actually getting over his issues for once. And that we help.
Giada continues to improve as an animancer.
Ooh.
She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Messiverno lives on in her.
That's actually good, because that kind of animancy might be something that Adir could actually get behind.
No
or at least be more willing to tacitly accept.
Yardsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps
I just noticed his face and what she's doing with her hand down here.
Together after the attack on Fior Messiverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yardsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away.
You will fight us for a long time, but you will lose. Our roots burrow through the walls of your muscles and the halls of your heart, tenderling through organs and bones. Every day, they spread further and deeper. Soon, you'll understand how much we love you, how much we need you. You will not remember why you fought, not for long. You will only know the root and the water and the crow and the joy of the wolves as the pack digs their teeth deep into the belly of the fawn. We will be together forever. We will never let you go.
I'm getting real Soulstone from Diablo vibes from this. I have a bad feeling our envoy might be an antagonist in a future game. I'm getting like, for as long as we live a mortal life, we might be able to contain her. After that, though, oh boy, we about to have some problems.
The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
Did they just forget that she dyes her fur pink in this picture? I think they did. Okay. Yeah, you probably got Sapadal to be far more apologetic than I did. I wanted her to be more introspective, which I think we achieved somewhat of. I don't think she'd been willing to even consider joining with us if we weren't, but that was interesting. Well, thank you to everybody at Obsidian for coming up with a very interesting... Oh, looks like we... Oh, dear. Okay, we can just do that then. All right, well, we're just going to let that play. If anybody wants to pause it in the future at Avowed and just see who's playing, I'm more than willing to let that happen. But knowing modern credits, this is a lot. Like, even if this just takes a minute, I'm running it at 32 max speed, which means it would have taken me like 30 minutes to sit through the whole thing. I don't mind running it fast. Thank you to everybody at Obsidian and everybody who worked on this. Overall, I enjoyed it. That was interesting. That was interesting. I do still agree. I think the ending was not a binary choice. I was very happy to see that. Very, very happy to see that. I almost wonder if there was a way to resist her at the end. And part of me thinks I might, if I reload to where we were and reset my attribute points and really bump up my resolve, I wonder if you'll have the option to stop her from taking control of you. That would be interesting. I think it's a plausible way to talk down Lodwin from what I've heard already. I think it is plausible. Okay, it took me a second. I couldn't parse if you were saying is plausible or impossible. But yeah. Overall, on a 1 to 10 scale, and in a true 1 to 10 scale, meaning 5 is an average, not an IGN or Game Informer 1 out of 10 where anything below a 7 is abysmal. I'm talking an actual 1 out of 10 scale. I'm going to go ahead and give Avowed a solid 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. I do think it's weaker than the previous Pillar games. I don't think there's any argument for me that it is weaker than Pillars 1 and 2. Part of that is the medium. Part of that might just be the way they wrote it. Part of it is some of the niggles I have with some of the story choices. Overall, I think it's very interesting. Personally, go with an 8 out of 10. I can perfectly see that, Tenwin. You've been a little more apologetic, a little more understanding of stuff. Me personally, I think a 7.5, 7 out of 10 is right where it should be, given what we've seen. I think there's some more they can build on as far as character choices. I think Obsidian does need to introduce... I do wonder if I could go back, because there is a setting in here. There was a game setting. Or it might only have shown up when we actually started the game. I can't remember. Where you're allowed to choose if you can see... to see when you can't... oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? When you don't meet stat requirements, you'll still be able to see the option even if you can't make it. I turned that off because I didn't want to constantly be second guessing my choices for my stats. But I do have to wonder how many of those I missed. And that is an interesting idea. I might at some point in the future go through and see what options I might have missed from not having that on. Specifically, the character models is all. They would range from looking pretty to looking uncanny valley, but that's just a nitpick. Again, this is Obsidian's second first-person game aside from Outer Worlds. And also, the problem is, quite frankly, unless you go really hardcore on the character facial details, something like Witcher 3 specifically, or if you're going for more cinematic games, there's a lot of problems with facial models even to this day, so I don't necessarily blame Obsidian for that. I mean, Lord knows, if people are going to be playing the whole, let's compare this to Obsidian and Skyrim, I think the facial models look perfectly fine, and in fact are better than most of those. The whole point is that people claiming this game is outright bad or will crash is completely wrong. Yes, it is a perfectly above average experience. Again, I get it. If you were looking for a Skyrim experience and you bought Avowed, you're going to be disappointed. Like, I understand that. I do. But I didn't come into this looking for Skyrim, and I found a great game, in my opinion. That's me. Again, if you're against it because you don't want video games costing $70 now and you don't want to encourage that, perfectly understandable. If you don't like it because you don't have an investment in the world of Aora, my suggestion would be to play Pillars, but if you're not going to do that, then okay, fine. It's not for you. Perfectly fine. Above average experience, if you're an Aora fan, becomes a great experience. I agree with that. I think that this helped flesh out the world more. It added a bit more to the gods, especially Wodaka, continuing her progression that we kind of got from her just being kind of a hidden villain from the first game to getting some more exposition from her in the second. I will say, mostly Xbox fault. If the game was $50, it would have been a 9 out of 10. 50 or 40, yep. If it was priced as I hate using this terminology, but as a AA experience rather than trying to push it as the quote unquote from Ubisoft of all people, quadruple A, because it's $70. That kind of marketing. And here's the thing, that's not even Microsoft's fault. That's partially Ubisoft's fault by even inputting that into the cultural sphere. People will never let that go. The idea that, well, it's a quadruple A game, so we got to charge $70. Or the recent bullshit with, what was it? Grand Theft Auto 6. Aren't they charging $100 for one of the versions of that? Like out the gate? Like, okay, that we're getting off topic. It was pushed at 70 to motivate Game Pass. It was such a damaging choice. Absolutely. Game Pass continues to prove proves to be an Achilles heel for every game that Microsoft has made available onto it, aside from like older titles that you can't get elsewhere. People think it'll be 100. Yeah, I don't even want. I saw the meme recently on, I think, Twitter. Grand Theft Auto 6 actually posted on Twitter like a meme where it's like, what it actually means when someone says they can't pay $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6. It's like, I can't get my parents to buy it for $100. It's like, well, firstly, quite frankly, Rockstar, yeah, a lot of people who are technically not supposed to be playing M-rated games play Grand Theft Auto. So making fun of them for no fucking reason is not going to help your sales figures either way. And everyone who does have the money to pay for it and still thinks they shouldn't pay $100 for it now thinks you look like even bigger douchebags. But that's a rant for another time. Let's focus on Avowed specifically here. Gameplay overall, good exploration. I don't care. I honestly don't care what other people say, because I have seen some people meme on it. It's like, it has good exploration, but that doesn't mean... No. Hear me out. It's actual exploration, not, oh, I can explore 5% of the map. And then 50 hours later, when I have a whole bunch of other abilities, I can explore 25% of the map. And then after another 150 hours and unlocking all these other fucking abilities that they don't give you until way later in the game, you can explore the rest of the map. No, you have the tools to explore the map at your pace, at your leisure, all at once. That's the kind of exploration I appreciate, because it actually feels like well, for one thing, it doesn't involve having to backtrack thousands of times through the same area. Looking at you, Assassin's Creed. There's a reason I never played past the fucking games with Ezio, because that's all the game turned into after a while, and I fucking hate it. Sorry. Again, focusing on Avowed. Combat, solid. Very meaty, very weighty. I don't know how single-handed weapons feel very much, because we obviously did not use them very much, but I think the two-handed weapons felt very, very nice. The little use we used of the shield also felt good. I could imagine a very parry and like block and dodge style gameplay where you could just feel like you're dipping and dodging and weaving and moving all throughout combat very easily. If you just ignore the magic side and just go hard on the ranger and the warrior lines, I could very much see that being a very, very fast-paced combat style. So I think personally it works out great. Story-wise, overall, again, above average, but not great, not like amazing in the way that the previous two Pillars games were. Again, part of that is the medium. It's always a bit harder to tell these kind of stories in these perspectives, at least in a single game. Like, you do get the rarity ones, like I would say Dragon Age Origins, which kind of popularized this style of quasi-CRPG, quasi-action RPG genre. And then, of course, you have the big contender in the field, which is the Mass Effect trilogy, but that's sort of its own plateau of this style of gameplay and story integration. Again, very pleased that the ending of the game was not a binary choice. I don't know how many other choices there were, and it does seem like, yes, it was reflective of all the conversations you have, especially in the memories. I am still a little upset that there wasn't more. At least to me, it seemed like I was always picking the introspective options for Sapadal, and she still showed very, very little introspection, which does have me worried, both from a in-story perspective, which is fair, but also from an out-of-story writing perspective of, well, we didn't think you'd choose those options, so we didn't provide an ending that fits them very well. Again, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe if I reallocate my stats, take a whole bunch of resolve or a whole bunch of a different stat, I'm able to do something with that. Have to find that out later, just judging by what we saw so far. That's all. Let me see here. So gameplay, story, we went over that. Exploration, already went over that. Crafting, an interesting idea. It still feels like they're not quite sure what they want to do with the crafting system. Because they kind of simplified, they expanded on it going from Pillars 1 to Pillars 2. They simplified it for obvious reasons in this game, but it also feels like a little tacked on, a little bit of a ways to just be like, oh, well, we need to reward the player for exploring and not just give them money. The crafting just felt way less fun than PoE 2. That it did. The fact that you could only choose one of the abilities to upgrade and it was only on the weapons felt incredibly limiting when you had the ability to add upgrades and change upgrades on all the unique equipment, or at least all the armor and weapon unique equipment in the previous game. If anything, quite frankly, and I know this could be a hard sell, but it's something I personally think they would be a good idea, they need to go in the opposite direction. In my humble opinion, if you're going to have unique items and you're going to have unique effects, and it's not just going to be D&D style, Belt of Giant Strength adds more strength, and then you also get gloves that add more strength, and then you get a weapon that adds more strength, so you can add more strength while you add more strength. If you're going to provide additional effects, and they're not just going to be a straight, this adds more damage, quite frankly, Obsidian, you need to expand it to everything. I am dead serious. The PoE 2 system, in which you had branching choices for many of these items, needs to be expanded from just weapons and armor to include rings, amulets, unique cloaks, headpieces, everything. I am dead serious. Make it so that I can truly customize how I'm equipping my party. Now, maybe in another Avowed style game, you don't need to go that far. I would just bring back the armor modifications and maybe something similar to the Star Metal quest, but with the ability to truly, fully customize your weapon. But if we're going to do another Pillars of Eternity game, then I want to see either, quite frankly, I hate to say it, either scrap the crafting entirely and focus entirely on just creating a more diverse set of unique weapons, or give us more control over the crafting. It's got to be one or the other. Let me see here. So, sorry, I wasn't reading while I was ranting there a little bit. It's hard to judge. I got her to be peaceful and introspective, so maybe you just chose the wrong choices. Very likely, Tenwin. And as I said, I play to not save scum when I'm streaming, so we can't just go back and change that shit, and I wasn't planning to. Crafting felt less fun than PoE 2. Seems Sapadal focused more on what the Envoy does as opposed to what they say. To some extent. I do think her comment about because some of her comments in the final discussion with her very much read as what we had been talking to her in the memories. Want them to add more unique weapons that scale with stats and skills. Yep. I mean, a lot of the weapons in this game were all percentage based, which is a good move. It is a good move because it means they're useful at all levels. But yes, if you're going to do that, it needs to be a bit more diverse. Maybe use star metal in a similar to Durgan steel. Yes. Or quite frankly, bring back the legendary equipment, the true legendary equipment, the bindable equipment from the previous 2 games. But again, make it, it might be a case where you need to make it where that is the uniqueness of it, where that weapon is shaped by your actions and by your choices of upgrades, and so it fits your play style to a T. But, all right, let's see. What else have we got? Still, I'm not going to lie, still disappointed that there were no real ciphers or animancer abilities. I get why. I do. I actually think that it's an interesting idea as far as all of that goes. The fact that we're from Adir does provide some story limitations as to why. But I am a little disappointed simply because Cypher was my favorite class. Companions compared to other games. Overall, weaker than I would honestly say the entire cast of 1. But about on par with 2's lesser characters. So about on par with people like Maya, who does sometimes feel like she's a little undercooked in my opinion. I mean, when you do the romance with her, you get a little bit more detail. But if we had not done that towards the end of PoE 2, she probably would have stayed as one of my least favorite of the companions in the second game. You only really get to like delve into her doubts and her thoughts than the entire PoE 1 roster. Yes, I actually would say PoE 1 still has the best writing for the companion characters. Even Maneha. Maneha's a DLC companion, and okay, that's not fair. Okay, stronger than the entirety of the PoE 1, about weaker than the entirety of the PoE 1 roster, except for Maneha. Maneha's in her own, like, 10 if I were to do a tier list, Maneha is at the bottom in her own special tier. Like, it's that bad. I don't even think of her as a companion anymore. There's a reason I didn't even bat an eye when we brutally murdered her in the second game when we blew up the pirate town. I forgot she was even there when I started the fight and then just proceeded to drop fucking fireballs on the fucking room. Bro forgot about Maneha because she's so forgettable. Yeah, she's a DLC companion, looks at Devil of Karakazawa, not an excuse. I know. What I meant more was that, let me rephrase that. She's just, again, she's so bad, I don't even really consider her a companion. Like, we knew so little about her. She added nothing, really, to the game. We went to an entire Temple of Andra, a goddess she served for years, and we got nothing. I brought her to the various fights with the Andra followers. I brought her to the discussions with the Andra followers. I talked to her about it, and she has nothing. She is so bad that even the game joked about it. She didn't have dialogue interaction. I know. I think that was the moment my brain no longer considered her a companion. When we ran into her in the second game and there was no dialogue options, it was just a couple of generic, well, not generic, they are written that she knows you, she remembers you, but there's nothing interactable about her. That was the moment where my brain like mentally shifted her from companion to NPC. Like, the damn guy you met in the Temple of Aothis in PoE 1 had a chat box in 2, but no Maneha as a companion. Exactly. Again, if I ever do a tier list of all the companions, maybe that'd be a fun little thing to do that isn't gameplay related. I could do a tier list of all the companions in Aora that we've gotten so far. Maneha isn't just at the bottom, she is in her own separate tier. The same way that S tier should only ever really have maybe 1 or 2 things in it, Maneha is at a bottom tier that is the inverse of S. You could do that tomorrow at the start of stream. The problem is I'd have to actually set that up 10 when I don't usually have that much time to set things up because of how tight my schedule is. S tier is Durance. S tier is Durance and God, how very fitting. I can't remember. Grieving Mother. Those two still have not been matched. They have not been matched. Not even close. the gap between them in S tier and a number of other companions in A, namely Pallegina, Aloth, and Aedir, is still so wide. It's amazing how wide it is, in my opinion. But yeah. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. A solid effort by Obsidian. Where's Seraphon on that list? A solid B, I think. A solid B. He's a tier below, but for only being in one game as compared to other people's two, and for being a little bit one note at the beginning, since he's all just, I fight for the, I fight for my own choices, and I'm a pirate and all that. I think he gets better as the game goes on, and especially if you are willing to be like, yeah, no, slavers are fucking bad, let's go kill them. I have a feeling that if you don't do that, he's a hell of a lot less compatible with your character. So, again, this is something that we could definitely do more on an actual dedicated stream, maybe at some point in the future. If I can get the time to set it up, it would be nice to do a just chatting stream that involves around stuff like that. But yeah, overall, 7.5, a solid game, above average. I know you consider it a very, very good RPG 10 win. In my in my subjective opinion, I wouldn't exactly say it's an RPG that's going to set the world on fire. It doesn't appear to have. But I think it's a solid entry from Obsidian, and I am hoping and praying that Microsoft does not look at this, and because we all saw what happened with Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush, as far as out of nowhere success, was massive. And Microsoft still shit-canned that studio after one game. I am worried that the Game Pass system stuff and all the negative publicity about the comparisons to Oblivion and Skyrim is going to convince Microsoft to pull an EA and pull the fucking plug on Aora. And I do not want that to happen. Let's hope for a sequel where they expand the game into a bit more deeper with more enemies. Yes. And that, oh my God, of course. To be fair, this is a point I brought up multiple times. Enemy variety, for the love of God, Obsidian. I don't know if there is a plan to do DLC for this. I don't really see how you do that, but you do you. Did have like 5 million players on Game Pass, but we don't. Yeah, and the problem is, like all streaming services, those numbers can be easily manipulated for the consumption of the stockholders. Disney and other companies have been doing it for years. I don't trust Microsoft any more than I do them. Like, not even a chance in hell. There are a bunch of areas on the map where you could place areas, but yeah, I mean, that's not my point. I'm more meaning from a pace of game leveling and that kind of scenario. Like, the game actually feels fairly well paced as going from one major hub area to the next. I don't know if you could just add another one in there and not make the game feel either overly long or disrupt the flow too much, especially depending on how the story of that area goes. Is it going to be its own independent, like, little micro story, or is it going to be like a integrated into the Dream Scourge overarching plot? That would be my concern. But for the love of God, Obsidian, if you do a DLC, please make enemy variety a priority. I don't care if the enemies don't show up in any of the older zones if you add them to a new zone, but please, the new area has to have some new enemies. Please, I am begging you. You have an entire bestiary to draw from. You've written the bestiary twice in the games. I am begging you, please. Do not just make it another 1,000 skeletons, bears, and Zarips. I am begging you, please. Enough with the brown bear violence. Like, even wolves. Fucking wolves. Something. Some other wild animal. Boars. Like, Frost area. Majority of them are now snow bears. I mean, oh God, don't even get me started. And also actually, on the subject of enemy variety before we finish up, I will absolutely say, bit disappointed there was no dragon fight. I'ma say it. I'm disappointed that there was no dragon fight. I was honest, especially given the fact that dragon skin is one of the final upgrade items for armor. It feels bad knowing there was no dragon fight. Hell, there's your DLC idea. We go fight a fucking Dream Scourged dragon. Wouldn't that be interesting? No Balrog. That was it. Yeah, no Balrog. how many environments there are in the Living Lands. It would have been interesting to see what comes up. Yep. I'm going to say it. Like, that half a point that takes it below an 8 or down to a 7, that's pretty much enemy variety right there. Like, after the first 2 games had such a wide variety of enemies and a wide variety of combat styles from the enemy NPCs, yeah, Avowed feels lacking in that department. You want to talk actual lacking compared to previous games? That feels like it's lacking. It actually does. It's a shame, too, because it's one of those areas where I know it's not super easy to add in new enemies, but at the same time, we really need it. No worms. Yep, no worms, no drakes, no dragons. None. And yet, so many Zarups. So many fucking Zarups. You really telling me we couldn't have had at least a couple of worms flying around, flapping around trying to attack you while you fight the Zarups? Really? None. None. All right. But I think that's going to wrap it up. I did take a little extra time. We're right here at the 3.5 hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and snooze the ad so it doesn't play while I'm trying to figure out what we're doing. Let's go see if we can find somebody to raid. That was the end of Avowed. We will definitely, I'm probably going to have to play some Armored Core tomorrow until I can figure out what's going on. The main problem is I really want to do Baldur's Gate next, but I have to wait for patch 8 to come out. And because it has Hexblade, which is the Warlock class that I really want to play. So we're kind of shit out of luck in regards to that. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know what we can do. No, that person's sleeping. We raided into the WBPL last time. I don't know. Who have we got? Who have we got? Let's see. Who have we got? Why do I keep getting suggested a bunch of French and German streamers? I swear to God, Tenwin, you being from Europe is single-handedly like shifting where Twitch suggests I should raid into, because it probably knows you're from Scandinavia. Endless Dungeon, yeah. If I can get that loaded and running properly, I do still want to finish Armored Core. If I finish Armored Core and we're still waiting, I'll do an Endless Dungeon stream before I decide on anything else. How about that, Tenwin? The Surge, that's another possibility as well. Maybe have Wednesday be a variety stream day. Yeah. Wrath of the Righteous would be a long one, though. Yeah. And also, Lord Brownbear, I'm kind of just like, that's my one thing. It's like, I'm just worried how long it is. At the same time, I don't know when patch 8's going to come out. And I went back and looked at how long it took them to go from patch 6 to 7 and how long it took to go from 7 to 8's announcement. And I mean, it could be as soon as like next month, or it could be like 4 months from now. I don't know. Like, I just do not have. Ugh. Oh, here we go. This is another small streamer who's playing Avowed. Looks like they just started. Where are they? I can't even tell. I think they're in Fiormesiverno. Yeah, okay. Fuck it. I don't know who this is, but they're playing Avowed. They look like they're having a good time. Let's go ahead and raid them. This is Jinx Gemini, an elf VTuber from the looks of it. Let's just go ahead and raid into that. I got no problem with that. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening to me rant and rave about this game, as well as give it some of the proper criticism that I think it deserves. I hope Obsidian just continues to build upon this, and I hope Microsoft doesn't decide to go doesn't decide to go where the red fern grows and decide that both of the dogs need to be put down, that being Obsidian and their team. I really hope they don't. I really hope they've learned from the stupidity that they pulled with Hi-Fi Rush. That's all I'm going to say. I really hope they did. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a glorious day and a glorious rest of your week. And I will see you tomorrow for most likely Armored Core as we continue to finish that up. Thank you for being here, guys. It means a lot to me. Have a good one.